I have no clue how to conduct or anything, but yo, what's good, homies? What's good? Hopefully everyone's having a good Saturday still. Your boy is exhausted, actually exhausted. I did go to the fair. I did post pictures in the Discord of what I ate. I had some nachos that were dank. I did have something called a Wonder Stick as well. I still need to post that picture. Some kind of like J-shaped churro with like vanilla ice cream here and chocolate ice cream here. I don't know, but yo, we got HD coming with the first. We got Persona with the second. We got Carlox coming in. We got HD with the Swatch. Bro, I'm excited for tonight, guys. I am excited for tonight. We have something special planned. Yeah, you guys mostly already know, but yo, Pikachu's Vacation, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Not the movies, the novelization of said movies. We are going to be reading these in about an hour, a little under an hour, a little under. So LJ, did you get scared reading the backstory of Death Palette? Bro, I meant to actually look up what the what like the art style was and everything in the game. I don't know what kind of art style I imagined, but very. Have you ever seen Corpse Bride? Have you ever seen Corpse Bride HD? It was very similar to Corpse Bride in my mind. But yo, it was a little spooky. It was a little spooky. Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe from it. Or is it anime? Is it like an anime game? But yo, I am gonna be playing a little bit of you know, OG Pokemon games up until the magical moment that me and Blaze start up. I just didn't want to go right into reading it. I just kind of wanted to like work my way into it. Blaze did say he was going to take a nap too, so we need a restful deity. We need a restful deity on our hands before we really get down to things. But yeah, guys, I turned off some of the redemptions. You guys will already notice some of the redemptions may be turned off. I will turn them back on, obviously. I'll probably forget to return, like, you know, put them back on, but whenever I remember to, eventually, when you guys remind me to, I will turn them back on later. But just certain ones that may, there's still gonna be some alerts that you can pull up and stuff. I just ask that you guys be respectful of me and Blaze while we're reading, and maybe not like, if it's like a really like emotional point, maybe not like use, you know, I mean, Airto's going to Rasengan, but I mean, that's just expected, but kind of, you know, like responsibly use the redemptions during just like during the, you know, the crazy moments. Otherwise, I mean, you know, Pikachu's Vacation, lighthearted and stuff, you know. So kids don't be like Arthur. Exactly, unless you're talking about Arthur the Aardvark, because that dude knows what's up. Arthur's the homie. Oh, we got KKG Switch coming in. What is good, Switch? What is good? Hopefully you're still having a dope Saturday, homie. First is off. First is already off because HD redeemed first. HD did redeem first. That's because I'm first. Exactly, HD, exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop on over here to my newly updated wait, where did it go? No way. How? Actually, how? Wait, what? No way. Okay, this sucks, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put the music back on for now. Remember, like literally earlier, I made a new source. It's gone. Like I'm literally gonna have to make it again. That's so annoying. I got it like set perfectly and everything. Not copacetic, brother. It's like the opposite of copacetic, brother. Sunday for you already switched? Yo, I got you, homie. I got you. Already into Sunday. Ooh. Game selection. Here we go. We're gonna stay on here. I think I'm gonna start with Pokemon Puzzle League, honestly. Okay, here we go, guys. You're gonna have to watch this a second time. I apologize. Gosh, we're gonna have to go through all of this again. Okay, I'm gonna clean things up on it first. But anyway, so what did you guys do today? What are you guys having for dinner? You guys know how I am about food. What are you guys having for dinner? Hopefully you guys are having some good stuff. Also Sunday for you, HD. Bro, it would be actually. Going until 280 on Dex. Okay, getting there, homie, getting there. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to by just saying like yes or no in the chat, just curious. I'm assuming yes to most people, but maybe not, just checking. How many of you have seen Pokemon the First Movie? How many of you have already seen the movie? Having steak curry with fried rice. Hey, that is your favorite though, isn't it though, HD? Steak curry with the fried rice? That sounds sick. Switch, you have it? HD, you have it? No way. Oh, you guys are in for a treat. Yo, Blaze is gonna be James and Mewtwo. He was already gonna be Mewtwo, but I asked if he wanted to be James. I felt like, even though I love my James voice and everything, I know Blaze can do a really good James as well. And almost kind of similar to Pegasus, voice-wise. And I feel like during the Team Rocket parts, it'll be a lot better. Like, I do, you know, Team Rocket back and forth and everything, but I feel like it'd be a lot better for me to be like, prepare for trouble. And Blaze to be like, and make it double. Like, it'll be awesome. We're gonna see how it's gonna work though, but bro, it's literally gonna be like, if I see that James or Mewtwo are on the page, I'm gonna have to like take a picture of the page and then like send it to Blaze and then have him read it, and it's gonna be nuts. It was never aired in Indonesia. Gotcha. Yo, HD, I'm honestly glad you haven't seen it in a way, because like now I get to be here presenting it to you and Switched. Oh, you did see it on Netflix? Switched? Gotcha. Was it like the 3D version? The 3D version was actually very, very similar to the original. Very similar to the original. Okay, here we go. We need to get rid of this one as well. I'm in a very good mood right now. The 3D, gotcha. That one, honestly, I watched it again in Japanese. The Japanese one's better. Like, obviously, you know, I like Japanese things, guys, but like, and like, Japanese language is awesome and everything, but that one was specifically better in Japanese. It was so good. I highly recommend it. And then we can remove this one. Okay, so we've removed everything that we don't need. Oh, no, wait, never mind. We need to remove this one as well. Okay. Daily Ultra and Rider. Honestly, HD, I am down. We may not be able to get to the visuals, but I can play it while I'm messing with this. I'm totally down. Totally down. Yo, this music is literally just music that plays during the movie, so even hearing it right now is very nostalgic. We may not get every scene matched up completely, but like, we will get most of them. We will get most of them. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and have to go to this one real quick, just because I need to edit this. Wait, did color change stop for some reason? Why did color change stop?
Welcome. It's so good to see you. Here's how to play.
I know how to play. Why is color change not working anymore? Like, it's stuck. Anything for Shen Ultraman. Gotcha. Hold on, I actually am gonna have to go ahead and fix this first. And then I was gonna add the Sora's picture for each in the background. You guys already saw it earlier. Bro, I was so excited about that one, and then here I'm having to make it again. At least I know how I made it perfect last time. Move that to right here. Actually, it needs to be right here. Very peaceful music here. Alright, here we go, guys. My bad. I did not think I'd have to be doing this. I literally already did this. I got everything exactly the way I wanted it, and here I am again. If you think about it, Oak and Ash's mom are close. They're pretty close. Not as close as Mr. Mime and Ash's mom, but pretty close. Okay, I just need to move webcam over slightly. You're not playing one of my favorite childhood games. I used to be pretty good at it. Yo, Harvey Lady, how are ya? I've never been like great at this, like, you know, professional level or anything, but me and my mom and sister played this game a lot. It was definitely one of our favorites.
Way to go!
The multiplayer was just so fun because you got to like pick which Pokemon, even though the Pokemon didn't technically have any bearing on like how the game played out, like depending on what you chose. It was still really cool to be able to just pick which ones you wanted in a puzzle game of all things. But yo, Harpy Lady, remember, I think you were there whenever I like edited this new source and everything. And here I am. I started up Streamlabs again and it was just gone. So here I am actually doing the same thing again. But Pokemon Puzzle League gives me Pokemon the First Movie vibes. There's actually music directly from it. There's scenes that are directly from it. It actually does have that that good vibe. Why is color change still not working? Hold on, let me try this again. Let's see, local file. Okay, here we go. There we go. The color change is now working. Okay. I'll use PNG Oscar real quick.
Pikachu!
Try PNG Oscar again. Yo, we got Aerito coming in. What's good, Aerito? Glad you can make it, homie. Glad you can make it. Okay, PNG Oscar's looking real good right there, actually. Yo, I think actually. Is it better than before? Maybe, actually. It may be actually better than before. It's terrible, I hate it. I'm just kidding. Hold on, this...
Welcome. It's so good to see you. Here's how to play.
It's good. It's so good to see you. Here's how to play. Quit bugging me. Do you know how to play yet? Quit bugging me. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Please remember this, Streamlabs. I don't want to have to edit this again. Okay, here we go. Oops.
Hi, Professor Oak.
Hello, Ash.
Okay, let me go over here. Hold on. I need to go back up to anything for Shin Ultraman. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I never did unlock any of the characters though. You can unlock characters? Shin Power Rangers when Shin Warhammer enters the chat. Yo, Airtel with the Sharingan. Yo, that's one thing I didn't change. Hold on. Let me go back here real quick. Where's good place? I guess just probably in the middle. It's too small if I put it down here. I don't like it down here though. And with the Rasengan. Okay, here we go. Oops. He said, we already shinned Ultraman Connor. Let's Well, I can't remember if we did talk about it before, Harpy. I know I brought it up on stream. I can't remember if you were in or not, but my copy actually used to be a Blockbuster copy, so it has a Blockbuster sticker on it still. It says like property of Blockbuster. Yo, good song, HD, good song. Gudu songu inibidu. Said fun fact in the song, it said a flower is about to wilt and man's name is Ripia, which is a flower. Ripia is a flower? Huh. Natalie music persona. Okay, gotcha guys, gotcha. Okay, last song, and then we gotta get to business. We gotta get to business. I didn't know nightlies were a one. I thought it was just a daily. I thought if it was just one song per day. Said typical couple problems. I gotcha. I wouldn't know. Nobody wants to nobody wants to date Jesus for some reason. No, you guessed wrong, LJ. It's Kenshi Neza who sang the M87 song. Wait, M87 song? Wait, so it's a different Ultraman song that he sings though? So doing well, just Bandit used to the house. He's a cuddler. Gotcha. Yo, what breed is he, Gengar? Is it kind of funny that in the original Ultraman, there's some home planet is Nebula M78, while the song is called M87. Yeah, how did they get the names mixed up like that? Wait, is this oh, this, I don't know if I can play an actual music video. I might have to go over to this. So if you weren't so far away and I wasn't taken, I would date you, LJ, if it makes you feel better. Yo, Harpy lady, appreciate it. That actually does make me feel better. That actually does make me feel a lot better, Harpy. It gives me hope. It gives me hope. Honestly, that is kind of one of the big problems. I'll meet people every now and then I kind of really vibe with, but every single time they're already with somebody. Every time. So Toby says, hey, LJ is giving me Naruto Uzumaki and Ichiro Uchiha. Me give them to you, Naruto? Bro, those are the homies. What are you trying to do, Toby? Said, I know the writer of The Shins. Probably forgot most of Ultraman. I meant that's why Zaki is Golden Shin Ultraman. Yo, The Shins, as in the Shin Ultramans. There's literally a band called The Shins that I actually really love. So I recognize this is the 6th opening of Fairy Tail. Yo, Persona, I've actually only seen season 1 of Fairy Tail. I've only seen season 1. I need to catch up, but it was only up to that on Netflix when I originally watched it. So I really only know Fairy, where you going, Hikari? And it's on my iPod or my iPad, my iPhone, my iTunes. It's I something. There's too many eyes, guys. I got 2 eyes, and then there's just too many eyes out there. So he's an Aussie Shepherd and a Sheltie mix. Sheltie's like a miniature border collie. I got you. Yo, Australian Shepherds are honestly some of the best dogs. Hey bro, did you get a chance to check out the festival today? Yo, what's good, Coast? What's good? Yo, I did in fact, homie. I put my picture of my nachos in the Discord. I did just realize I forgot to put my I got something called a Wonder Stick too. There we go. I got something called a Wonder Stick. It's like a J-shaped churro with ice cream filled in it, and it was actually kind of dank. By the way, what are the top 3 anime intros? Bro, top 3, not sure about the order. It's hard for me to pick a number 1, but a top 3 I got. Yu Yu Hakusho Smile Bomb, the only Yu Yu Hakusho opening, Smile Bomb. Unravel Tokyo Ghoul. It's just too cool. It's absolutely just too cool. Last, probably Drawing Days by, or for the anime Katekyo Hitman Reborn, the first intro. What about you though, Coast? Said, even as a puppy's already guarding us. Yo, so loyal, so loyal, so, valiant. I don't like Fairy Tail, doesn't interest my, my gory senses like Ultraman ripping out Kaiju's skin. that happens kind of, maybe not really at all in Fairy Tail, actually. Naruto, Bluebird, Dragon Ball, Halo. Hey, yo, hey. Yo, that is a good one though, Naruto. That is a good one. Really like the ancient Magnus Bride music. I actually don't know if I've heard that one, Harpy. It's your top 2, Naruto. It's a good top 2 to have, honestly. It's a good top 2. Yo, I need to catch up with Fairy Tail. I honestly very much so enjoyed it. I just didn't continue with it for whatever reason. For whatever reason. All right, here's the intro, guys. Oops, I'm on the wrong one. Here we go.
Hello, Ash. I have an important message for you. They're starting an official Puzzle League tournament, and you are selected as one of the challengers.
I'll go sign up. Pikachu.
I'm so proud of you, Ash.
Pikachu.
Being selected for this event is such an honor. Well, there's no time to explain everything. You
On
must
Crunchyroll, if you have that. Gotcha. I used to have Crunchyroll, but I do not anymore.
Wait! Don't forget to
Under one
go
anime
see
themes
me
kick
in
back
my
the theme from
office.
Chainsaw Man. I heard it was good. I think actually Ocean did send it to me before. We did watch it on stream. It is really good. It is really good. Still haven't seen the show though. Bleach season 1. Yo, Bleach season 1's underrated. I know a lot of people that like the season 1 Bleach theme isn't their favorite Bleach. They like some other ones. And they have some other good ones, but bro, the season 1 is just, it's too iconic. It's literally too iconic. We're just gonna do a one-player game here. It's so weird playing this not on, on my original card, it's got like my mom's name, or just like my mom's account on here literally says mommy. Like that's how old my original card is. So it's so weird to see just guest names. Forgot what anime even is, stopped watching since 2020. Yeah, honestly HD, whose stream was it? It was no, it was in Blaze's stream today actually. They were talking about anime, they were talking about superheroes, they were talking about something, and I literally was like, I only watch Ultraman now. I literally felt like you, HD. I literally felt like you. I literally was just like, I just watch Ultraman now. My Hero Academia, Aruto, this is the one of your favorite themes from that. Never gotten into Bleach. I dropped off of Fairy Tail a little bit past the Great Magic games or something. Bleach is honestly really good. I forgot how much I liked it. Oh, yo, this is Chala, Head Chala. Yo, it's from Kakarot actually? Interesting, so I'm about to check this out. But yo, Bleach, like the original arc, like the first 19 volumes, I believe, of the manga, is just so like nostalgic for me. It's just so nostalgic. Yo, Aruto, that's what I thought. I knew somebody would say that. That's funny, that's funny. Said, I mean, I do watch anime from time to time, but my main watch list is Ultraman and Kamen Rider. No, I feel that, though, I feel that.
Well, it looks as if you've made it after all. Only true Pokemon trainers are allowed to compete in the Pokemon Puzzle League. Let's see what you're made of. I challenge you.
Bring it on, Gary. We ain't afraid of you, Gary. Yo, Freshie, what's good, homie? What's good? Yo, you saw what Aruto said in the Discord? I knew somebody was going to say it. I did not expect it to be Aruto that would say it. Bro, Jack, at the wrong time. Yo, HD. He said, what if HD was reincarnation of Aruto Uchiha? Wait, what if HD was the reincarnation? Did Gary have a Nidoran? That's what's interesting. Like, I guess he eventually had a Nidoqueen, I believe? I think this is just the baby, like, we know he had a Krabby, he had an Arcanine later, and a Nidoqueen later, I believe. So if he's going with Nidoran, I don't know, what do you guys think? Well, I'll let you guys pick. Pikachu, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur? Can we all agree Pokemon Gen 1 has the best intros of all time? Oh yeah, 100% Coast, 100%. Although Johto had some good ones as well. Johto did have some really good ones. Maybe I'll try it again. I've been thinking about watching some anime. Recently I've been drawn to those sports slice of life anime. Mostly watch on Crunchyroll. No, I feel that though, I feel that. There's honestly, like, I'm not huge into sports myself. Like, I don't like follow teams and stuff. The sports themselves can be fun to play, but I'm not like, I don't know any teams. I don't back any teams specifically or anything like that. Except for the Atlanta Braves baseball, you know, go Braves. But that's just because my dad. Sports anime though? honestly good. So classic. We got Squirtle, Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, another Squirtle from. Okay, yeah, it's looking like Squirtle. It's looking like Squirtle, guys. Thank you guys for all answering though. We will have a couple of different ones to choose as well. Said Braves are a good team to watch. See, Freshie, I've actually been to one Braves game. Me and my family went. My dad like took us and everything. Whenever we lived in Georgia, we didn't live in Atlanta, so we had to like drive over a little bit. But it was honestly dope. It was honestly dope. Bro, it's just like, even though we're not technically battling or anything, it's like I get such anime vibes from this game specifically. So it's like I wanted to play this before we do the reading. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't read, no pun intended, the stream title, yes. In about 30 minutes, me and Blaze will get in a call together and kind of go over the rules. We haven't had a chance to set anything up or anything, but we're going to kind of have a little bit of an intro, and then we'll get right to reading. We'll be reading Pokémon the First Movie. Yo, and HD with the second. Let's go. Old school Chipper Jones and Andrew Jones. No relation? What are you talking about? LJ, you drop every time I stream 2K and give me the strats. Wait, what? Drop by every time I stream 2K, give me the strats? Bro. Wait, Coast. Have you been streaming 2K? I was gonna say, did I miss you streaming 2K? That's another thing too, though. Sports video games, I do find fun as well. I do indeed find as well. Mostly Mario sports games, I will admit, but sports games still the same. But I've played some non-Mario sports games as well and still enjoyed myself. NBA 2K.
I'm gonna win. Squirtle.
Okay. Yeah, we're really just not doing any damage. That's the thing.
Keep on trying.
I'm gonna win.
Ooh, okay, here's a good one. Oh no, I fudged it up!
Way to go!
Keep on trying.
Way to go! Way to go!
Keep on trying. Keep on trying.
You said, but actually, LJ, did you read the backstory of Death Palette fully? Like what you posted? I did read the full thing, actually. I did read the full thing. Wait, you said, hold on. Said, it's an anime about a football academy in Japan where they'll train the best striker? Wait, it's called Blue Lock? I don't know if I've heard of that one, Swish. Interesting, though. But actually, wait, you said, what if Sarada was the reincarnation of Erto Uchiha? Said, bro, who remembers Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii? Yo, I didn't play any of the Mario baseball games. I have one on GameCube that I played a little bit of, but I hadn't played the one on Wii or anything. Funny how you hate sports games, Freshie? Yo, for real? I mean, it's one of those that, like, I never buy them. I mean, I bought, like, can't think of the name of it. Was it just called Hoops on PS3? Yo, Flo Awesome coming in with the raid. Let's go! Greetings from Awesomeville. Yo, Flo, appreciate the raid, homie. Let's go. Yo, we just playing a little bit of a Pokemon Puzzle League right now. Actually kind of warming up for a reading stream that we're about to do. But yo, Flo, how was the stream, homie? What were you guys playing tonight? I'm trying to wait, hold on, here we go. Okay, good there. Sorry, I'm all over the place tonight, guys. Yo, okay, if you guys aren't following our good friend Flowmic Awesome, definitely drop a follow. Dude is one of the homies. Been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus recently, and from what I've been hearing, has been raking in the shinies like it was like he was getting paid to rake in the shinies. We said it's been a little while since I've streamed 2K. I don't play it online anyway. That game is just a chill chat stream. I got you, Coast. I got you, bro. I'll try to be there next time you do it though. Like I'm all about chill streams for sure. We said describe the stuff you read in Death Palette. Mimikyu emotes. Yo, right, Gengar? The Mimikyu emotes are too good. So I need to go back in and finish that game. Wait, go back and finish which game? Arceus? Said stream was good. We were hunting in PLA for Arbor Week. Unfortunately, not tree shiny still, but found a Glameow and a Staravia. Honestly though, I've been looking for a shiny Glammeow in Pokemon Go for like the longest time. Whenever I played a Pokemon game randomized one time, it was Soul Silver. The randomized shiny Gyarados was actually a Glammeow. So ever since then, I've actually really liked shiny Glammeow in Perugly. It's just a nice good purple. It's just a good tone of purple. Oops. Oh no. Is Gary actually about to win? He can't win. This is the first battle.
Keep on trying.
I knew I should have put it on easy mode.
Way to go!
Keep on trying.
Oh.
Keep on
Way
trying.
to go!
Oh, he actually got me? Bro. Actually, bro.
Too good for
So Netflix is working with Super I make an animated movie released in 2024? This is the year of Ultraman? Wait, which movie are they making? Is that really game over? I thought we went through all of our Pokemon. Hey Jesus, I'm scared of driving now? Yo, what happened, Rika? Wait, why are you scared of driving? Said, yeah, Arceus, I got to the last Guardian area, I think. I never went back. The ending was really good, Harpy. I ended up not doing any of the post-game yet, and I just hadn't gotten back to it. I've actually been wanting to restart the game instead of doing the post-game, but I've heard post is really good. I don't know. I forget what happened after I beat that game, but like, I just got distracted by some other game. I don't know. Was it? I guess it was when BDSP came out?
Keep on
I'm
trying.
gonna win!
I forgot this game required too much concentration. Said make an animated Ultraman movie released 2024. What's it called though, HD? Is it just like Ultraman 2024? Still need a shiny Cleavor. A shiny Alpha Cleavor? Yo, hey, I thought I was gonna get a shiny today. I got freaking 7 Cleavor in Pokemon Go, but no shinies. Yo, what's good, pieces? What's good, homie? Coming in with the Rinnegan's. Hopefully you're having a dope Saturday, dude. We just playing a little bit of Pokemon Puzzle League. About to actually read some Pokemon. I'm honestly stoked to read though. I feel like I'm just in the mood to read. I was kind of wondering if I was gonna be able to earlier just because my allergies were so bad, but thankfully my allergies decided to cool down a bit.
Keep on trying.
Yo, Airtel with the Kamehameha. Bro, I've been trying to figure out how to get the wording on these things to get better. It's like I feel like I can't even read what that said. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if the settings on that one just got mixed up.
Prepare for trouble.
No way.
To protect the world from
Gengar with the Team Rocket,
within our
yo!
nation.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
To
Extend our reach to the stars above.
Jesse.
James.
Team Rocket blast off at the speed of light.
Surrender now, prepare to fight.
Meow.
That's right.
Yo, appreciate the Team Rocket. Let's go, Gengar. Let's go. That's one of the things I'm excited most about with the reading is getting to the Team Rocket lines. They said haven't said the name yet, keeping it secret. I gotcha, HD. I gotcha. I'm rich. Yo, rolling in the Jesus tokens. Said watch one of the Nostalgic Critics commercials videos, and it had this very scary scene where a driver drove too fast. The car landed on a bunch of kids. It was Ireland. It was an Ireland commercial. Yo, Rika, that actually sounds terrifying. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yo, and Freshie beating away Team Rocket with the Thunderbolt. Yo, let's go, Freshie, let's go. Appreciate you and Pikachu protecting me and Oscar from Team Rocket. That's why they were here, actually. I have a Pikachu, but they're not interested in my Pikachu. They're interested in my Oscar Chew. LJ described Death Pilot right now. It was just really spooky. It just kind of had a spooky feel, just kind of creepy. I was just like, I don't know. Oscar Chew better than Pikachu. That's what I'm saying, Harpoon. So that's what I want to drive in the slide is. I mean, driving, like literally one of my worst fears is losing people I care about in car accidents. Even though it's never happened, the likelihood of it happening is very high actually. Just because, you know, car accidents are one of the leading causes of death in the US. But At the same time, like, I love driving, and I'm so confident in my driving abilities, and like, I just drive smart and don't goof around when I'm driving, that like, I don't know. I'm more scared when other people drive than when I drive, I'll be honest. Like, I want to be the one in control.
Way to go!
Keep on
There's
trying.
just, I don't know, there's just nothing like just putting on some of your favorite music, or even something new. I like driving around and listening to new music, like new albums and stuff. Just driving around, listening to some good music. I don't like driving long distances though, I will say that. Like car rides, or like road trips and stuff. Nah, not for me, not for me. If other people like it, you know, that's cool, that's cool. But I'm not one of those people.
Way to go! Way to go!
These battles are just taking so long. I just always, I thought I remembered these guys like losing so quickly.
Way to go!
Keep on trying.
Way to go!
Keep
I mean,
on
like, we are
trying.
hitting him with these combos, but like, he's just countering. Said about, what about Riesel? Did he make it? Yo, I actually think Richie was inside all night and most of today when I thought he was actually outside. I think he was inside and I just had no clue. Because like this morning, it looked like, it's like I did just open the door, so he may have ran in, but I didn't see him outside or anything, and it looked like he just woke up. I was like, dude, I thought you've been gone all night. Like, what? Have you been here the entire time? For some reason, I keep thinking you're playing as Gary. Oh, I gotcha, I gotcha. Honestly, I do choose Gary a lot. I'm doing his story mode, so like I'm just playing as Ash, but like I do choose Gary a lot when I'm doing versus. So that's what gets me thrilling. I love Fear and Sadness. After all, I have no soul to react. See, I think that's what got me the most with it, though. It's just like, it was like, I guess the sadness of it made me feel uneasy. And then the spookiness just kind of like bounced off of that uneasy feeling. Let me just, I'm Team Rocket members, Airtel. You're trying to take Oscar? Drive so cautiously. That's the way to do it, honestly, though. Cautious is the best way. Terrified of drawing. Other drivers also freak me out. Then again, when I live, people do not follow the rules of the road. I think, yeah, actually, that's what I'm more afraid about when I'm afraid about losing people or myself getting into an accident and stuff. It's not about me driving, it's about the other people driving. That's what I'm afraid of. So we need the power of mommy. Yo, exactly. I need to get my my old cartridge and play on that one. So they only lost fast to mom. That's what it was. That's what it was. My mom's just way better at this game than I am.
I'm gonna win!
I think also it's because back then I probably did play on easy mode.
Is this
Keep
easy
on
mode?
trying.
Way to go! Way to go!
Oh, okay. Okay, he lost. I was about to say I gotta catch up.
I'm a Pokémon master! The
So we are only doing just, it's just 1v1 and we go to the next round. I thought it was, we had to like best 2 out of 3 or something like that. Did I take Oscar and Pikachu? Garuda, Kosh, Cross Shoot, GG, yo, appreciate it guys, appreciate it guys. Let me message Blaze real quick. All right.
Well, you were just lucky. Next time, I won't go so easy on you.
Let's go.
Hi, Ash. It's good to see you again. It looks like I will be your first official battle. I hold the Boulder Badge. If you defeat me, then I will give it to you. Have you heard anything about the Puzzle Master? I hear no one has ever defeated him. Oh well, are you ready? Let's go.
I've been summoned. Yo, Blaze, what's good, homie? What's good? Yo, I literally just messaged you too, dude. That was quick. That was quick. It's the deity. Praise him. Yes, everyone praise Lord, Lord deity, the Blaze deity. Yo, let me get you a shout out though, homie. I'm about to open up Discord. I will go ahead and well, actually, I'll ask you this first, Blaze. We'll see how you want to do this. We'll see how you want to do this. Gotta get some food, but I'll be lurking. Just yell really loud if you need me. Yo, I got you, Flo. I got you. Yo, appreciate the raid once again. And if you guys aren't following Flo, my awesome, definitely drop a follow, homie. But yo, we'll just be reading, homies. So yeah, appreciate the alert. But yo, okay, so Blaze, I am going to be reading Pikachu's Vacation first. Now in this one, there is just Pokemon voices. It's very straightforward. Even the text in it is just very big. So this one, I feel like I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out real quick. Then we can get into a call. So what I'm thinking is I'll read through, and once we get to a point where Team Rocket's there, I can like take pictures of the page or the pages and then send them to you. And then whenever Mewtwo's gonna be there, take pictures of those pages and then send them to you. And then when we get through it, you just follow along as I'm reading, and then whenever it gets to the James or Mewtwo lines, then you can read those lines. And if it goes just like say you're reading the Mewtwo line, it's like then it says he said, then I can come in and be like he said, and then you can continue it, kind of like that thing. If that makes any sense. I know I'm talking really fast. So if you're watching All Ghouls thing, I'm sad AF now. I'll see in the ending of Death Palette. Yo, HD, we're gonna make things a little bit happier though, homie. We're gonna make things a little bit happier for you. Hold on, let me go to get out of here. Then I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna keep this as is. And then I'm gonna open up the, and let's see. I think I'm just gonna do like the typical Pokemon music I've been playing, like the really old school stuff. One second though, let me send a text real quick, guys. You want to be homie? All right. Hi, Handsome Jesus. How are you? Yo, Fusion Flare, what's good, homie? What's good? Is there a PDF of the books? I don't believe so, Blaze. I'm basically just gonna have to take a picture and send you the pictures on a Discord, unless you can find one. If you can find one somewhere, it's just gonna be like the Scholastic Mewtwo Strikes Back book. But yo, Fusion Flare, how are you, homie? Hopefully on an awesome Saturday, dude. We're about to get started with some reading. Doing well, yo. Good to hear, homie. Good to hear. It's been a pretty good Saturday here. Just been chilling, really. Just very chill overall. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to get sacked up. My Saturday's good. Okay, gotcha, homie. Good to hear. Yo, Fusion, you and everyone else in chat. I asked earlier, but who has actually seen the first Pokemon movie? You can just say like yes or no if you've seen Pokemon the first movie. And have you seen Pikachu's Vacation? Have you seen both, or have you seen one or the other? Pikachu's Vacation is just like the little, maybe like 10-minute short right before it. You did, Flo? Hey, let's go. You have seen it, Fusion? Okay. HD has not, and Harpy has seen both of them. Fusion's seen both of them as well. Yo, good to hear, guys. Good to hear. I have seen. Wait, HD, you've seen Pikachu's Vacation, but haven't seen Mewtwo Strikes Back? Yo, Gengar, you have as well. Yo, let's go, guys. Let's go. So for some of you, it's gonna be very nostalgic. For others, it is going to be it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be a whole new experience. Let me get let's see. Oops. No. We gotta get the actual song that's playing during the Yes, so nostalgic, guys. All right, so that just kind of sets the mood at least a little bit there. But here we go. Here we go. Okay, guys, let me make double sure real quick. Oops. Whoa, what am I doing? Okay, here. Let me double sure real quick. Okay, it is in chapters. It is in chapters. So I'm going to bear with me, guys, while I'm reading. I'm probably mostly just going to go through the chapter. And then I'll take a break and look at chat. So if I don't respond to you right off the bat, I will get back to you after I finish the chapter. They should be small chapters, I'm assuming. It's a small book, like I said. Like, look at this first page. That's like 4 sentences, like maybe 5 full sentences on one page. No one ever told the Jigglypuff song. Yo, let's get the Jigglypuff in. Okay. It was gonna happen at some point. Found the PDF. Yo, Blaze, let's go, homie. Let's go. Okay. While we are reading this, Blaze, if you ever need to know which page number we're on, feel free to ask in chat. Be like, which page number? I got you, homie. I got you. We can basically just read along with each other, and we got this, bro. That's awesome. I'm glad they had that on there. These books have been out long enough. It seems like it would have been, but I didn't even think to look. All right, here we go. Alright, that was actually a really good one. It's not as good as the last one we did, because the last one we did was actually like perfection. All right, here we go. Let me know when you want to join the call from YouTube Strikes Back. Yo, gotcha, Blaze, gotcha. For sure, homie, for sure. All right. You guys comfortable? All right, here we go. We're here, Ash Ketchum said. We're at the Pokemon playground. Pika! Pikachu smiled at Ash, its trainer. The little yellow Pokemon gazed up at the playground. It looked like a big brown mountain. All Pokemon can have fun and play here, said Ash. Or said, wait, hold on, actually, hold on. Okay, my bad, guys, my bad. We're gonna get right back to this. That was actually Misty that said that. All right. I said it before, I'll say it again. Nobody can tell me Screamtail didn't sing heavy metal. I mean, have you guys seen that short about the Jigglypuff singing? There's like a Jigglypuff that sings differently than the other Jigglypuff. Buy some snacks first. Yo, gotcha, HD, gotcha. Okay, my bad. I gotta get into this, guys. I gotta get into this.
Do you know the way?
You want Airtail with the knuckles? Yo, you're gonna run out of tokens eventually.
You need to have the
You're gonna run out of Jesus tokens eventually. Okay, here we go. Actually, hold on. So I can get really into it. Okay. All Pokemon can have fun and play here, said Ash's friend Misty. Yes, said Ash's friend Brock. All Pokemon need to take a break once in a while. Pikachu smiled at the 3 Pokemon trainers. Pikachu liked traveling around with them, but today was a special day. Today was a day to have fun with friends. It was Pikachu's vacation. Pikachu, Pikachu, Pikachu said. Its red cheeks glowed with excitement. Ash understood. He took a Pokeball from his belt. Pikachu wants us to let our other Pokemon out of their Pokeballs, Ash said. One by one, Ash took out his Pokeballs. He pressed a button on each ball. Bright lights flashed. Flash! First came Bulbasaur, the Pokemon with a plant bulb on its back. Then came Squirtle, which looked like a cute turtle. Pidgeotto came out and flapped its wings. Charizard flew out and shot fire from its mouth. So these are all Ash's Pokemon. These are all Ash's. Let's see. Alright. Misty took out her Pokeballs next. She called on her water Pokemon, Goldeen and Staryu. Goldeen looked like a pretty orange fish. Staryu looked like a starfish with a jewel in its middle. Then Misty called on Psyduck, the Pokemon that looked like a duck. Then it was Brock's turn. He took out his rock Pokemon, Onix and Geodude. Then Zubat flew out of its Pokeball. Zubat looked like a blue bat. Last came Vulpix, the Pokemon that looked like a brown fox. Pikachu was happy. All its friends were here, but someone was missing.
Pikachu!
Pikachu told Misty. Misty reached into her backpack.
How can I forget?
She said. She took a tiny Pokemon called Togepi out of her backpack. This Pokemon had hatched from an egg that Ash found. It still had the eggshell at the bottom of its round body. Tiny arms and legs stuck out from the shell.
Okay.
Chirped Togepi in a high voice. Yo, I knew I was gonna get that Togepi voice in eventually. The duck that can't swim. The duck that actually cannot swim. The duck that can't swim.
We'll meet you back here, Ash told Pikachu. I'm counting on you to look after the other ones. Especially Togepi,
Misty said.
Pika-Pee!
Pikachu would make Ash proud. It would take good care of its friends. This was gonna be the best day ever. End of chapter 1. Chapter 2, Pikachu's first problem. A long walkway led to the Pokemon playground. Pikachu walked down the trail. Goldeen and Staryu swarm in a stream next to the trail. The other Pokemon walked or flew behind Pikachu. Ash, Misty, and Pokemon waved to the Pokemon. Goodbye! Have fun! They called out. Soon Pikachu and the others came to the entrance of the Pokemon playground. Curved paths led up the big mountain. Fields of green grass covered the bottom of the mountain. Pikachu could see a swimming pool up ahead. Other Pokemon were playing in the pool. Onix! Onix pushed its big stone body up the trail. Brock's Pokemon followed. Goldeen and Staryu splashed into the pool. Pidgeotto flew to the top of a tall tree. Charizard flew even higher to the top of the mountain. Psyduck waddled around. It looked like it did not know where it wanted to go. Pikachu turned to Squirtle and Bulbasaur.
Pika!
Pikachu asked its friends what they should do first. Let me actually look at the photos here. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this will be the first picture. The photos are just all in the middle. They're all in color. So I'm probably gonna have to like maybe read a chapter and then look at the picture. But it says Pikachu and its friends are excited about their vacation. They got all the homies, Vulpix, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Pikachu, Togepi, Psyduck, Goldeen, Staryu, Geodude, and Morgs the Pidgeotto. Sniff, sniff. What was making that sound? Pikachu turned around. It was Togepi. The little Pokemon made a sad face. Togepi wailed. Tears poured from its cheeks. Pika! Pikachu was worried. Togepi was just a baby. It was hungry. Pikachu had to get Togepi to stop crying. But how? Pikachu had an idea. It made a funny face. It pulled on its red cheeks. It wiggled its pointy ears. Togepi's cries got softer. The funny faces were working. Squirtle, squirt! Squirtle wanted to help too. Squirtle pushed Pikachu out of the way. Squirtle! Squirtle stuck out its tongue. Togepi wailed even louder. Squirtle looked sad. It did not want to make Togepi cry. Pikachu thought and thought. They had to find some way to make Togepi happy. Squirtle joined to a nearby tree. A juicy apple hung from a high branch. Pikachu! Pikachu said happily. Maybe Togepi was hungry. Togepi liked to eat apples. Apples are dank. We were actually talking about that earlier in stream. But first they had to get the apple from the tree.
Baba thought.
2 leaves whipped out of the bulb on Bulbasaur's back. Bulbasaur was using its razor leaf attack to slice the apple from the branch. Pika! Pikachu ran for the apple. The apple rolled across the grass, landed at Psyduck's feet. Psyduck picked up the apple. Psyduck ate the apple in one gulp. Togepi cried and cried. Pikachu did not know what to do. Ash was counting on it to take care of Togepi, and Pikachu could not even stop Togepi from crying. This was supposed to be the best day ever, but it was starting out all wrong. End of chapter 2. Yo, we got Airto with a Gengar hug. Let's get out Gang for this next one. We are moving on to the next picture as well. Yo, we got HD back with Takis. Yo, good snack choice. Good snack choice. So we got a couple of pictures here. We have Togepi crying, and everyone's wondering what they need to do. Oop. We had Togepi crying some more. And we got Pikachu making some funny faces for Togepi by stretching its face. So inside a guy here being cruel to babies. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Alright, chapter 3, guys, is Pikachu meets the bullies. Ooh, this is my favorite part, actually. This is my favorite part. There you go, gang gang.
Bulbasaur!
Bulbasaur walked up to Togepi. The 2 green vines shot from the bulb on its back. The vines picked up Togepi. Bulbasaur swung Togepi gently in the air. Bow, ba, ba, bow, ba, sang Bulbasaur softly. Togepi stopped crying. Bulbasaur's lullaby was working. Togepi fell asleep. Bulbasaur lowered Togepi onto a soft patch of grass. Pikachu smiled at Squirtle and Bulbasaur. They did it. Maybe this day would be a good day after all. Just then, the peaceful silence was broken. Pikachu spun around. A bunch of Pokemon were walking into the playground. They were talking and laughing loudly. Pikachu knew these Pokemon. They could be really bullies. Wait, how did Pikachu know these Pokemon, actually? Where were they at in the Pokemon world that Pikachu just knew of these random wild Pokemon? Especially some that were from Johto originally. Like Maryland Snubbull. Anyway, a Pokemon named Snubbull led the bullies. Snubbull was a fairy-type Pokemon. It looked like a pink bulldog. It seemed tough and mean. Raichu was the biggest bully of the bunch. Raichu was a lightning mouse Pokemon, just like Pikachu. But Raichu was the evolved form of Pikachu. It was bigger and had more powerful shock attacks. Then there was Meryl. This blue mouse Pokemon was small and chubby. Unlike Pikachu and Raichu, it had water powers. Last was Cubone. This lonely Pokemon wore a skull mask on its face and carried a bone. Quiet and shy, Cubone was not friendly with many other Pokemon. Pikachu faced the bullies. Pika! Pika! Pikachu told them to be quiet as Togepi could sleep. Raichu! Raichu just laughed. Raichu's friends joined in. The loud bullies woke up Togepi. Can I also voice the Charizard in Mewtwo Strikes Back? The Charizards, please? Definitely, homie, definitely. Snubbull Fairy, what is this, Gen 6? That's what I'm saying. Snubbull actually, the Pokedex entry for Snubbull actually has always claimed it as the fairy Pokemon, even though fairy type didn't exist. That's actually nuts. Pikachu used Sharingan on Byakugan. This made Squirtle angry. Squirtle, Squirtle! Squirtle yelled at Raichu. The bullies made angry faces. They faced Pikachu, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur. Raichu! Snubbull! Meryl! Keep on, bound. The bullies each gave each other a battle cry. They wanted to fight. End of chapter 3. We're gonna have some more pictures here. Wait. Oh, no pictures yet. No pictures just yet. Yay, woohoo, yo, Katakuna coming in, what's good? Katakuna, what's good, homie? Hopefully having a dope Saturday. We actually out here reading Pikachu's Vacation. Pikachu's Vacation. All right, we got chapter 4 now, Togepi Trouble. Pikachu pushed itself between the angry Pokemon. Pika, Pika! Pikachu tried to convince the Pokemon that fighting was a bad idea. It would set a bad example for baby Togepi. Then a sound made Pikachu stop. It was Togepi. The little Pokemon was toddling down the road. It wanted to run and play. Pika! Pikachu ran off after Togepi. Togepi hopped down the trail. The path came to a deep canyon. At the bottom of the canyon was a rushing river. Big logs stretched from one side of the canyon to the other. Togepi hopped onto the log. Pika! Pikachu ran as fast as it could. It had to catch Togepi before the log fell. Alright, now we got a picture here. I was gonna say, I thought it would have showed a picture of them meeting the bully Pokemon first, but it went straight to showing this. Oscar needs it on story time. Yo, we did actually have Oscar on stream earlier, actually. We did have him on stream. So we got Togepi on the log. Got Togepi rolling down the log. We got Pikachu falling off the log. This is all what's about to happen. OC has a bully happening. Wait, a bully happening? Yo, for real? Yo, they actually have a bully Togepi in the manga. KFC makes morgues. Yo. Yo, Katakuna with the feed, Jesus. Yo, appreciate it, homie. Appreciate it. I actually did just get back from the fair, essentially, so I'm gonna keep it a light snack. I'm just gonna eat a couple almonds. Your boy had some nachos. Your boy had a Wonder Stick, which is like an ice cream filled churro. Said Airto on a roll. Airto's been on a roll with the jokes recently. I swear the dude picked up a joke book or something. There's an episode with the bully Togepi, if I remember correctly. Wait, in episode 2? Interesting. I remember it was definitely in the manga. Ooh, one of those was definitely a Carolina Reaper almond. Ooh. Am I able to be humans? You mean physically able or morally able? Ooh. Should not have gone for anything spicy right now. Alright, here we go, guys. Pikachu hopped onto the log. It reached for Togepi, but the little Pokemon was too far ahead. Then the log began to roll. It rolled along the canyon. Pikachu tried to keep its balance. Up ahead, Togepi teetered back and forth. Pikachu ran to Togepi. The log wobbled beneath him. Pikachu ran too fast. Its feet slipped. Pika! Pikachu screamed as it fell down to the river below. Chapter 5. Who is tougher? So Wonder Stick's not a churro, it's just a cereal cone. Well, I said like a churro. It's like the cinnamon one. So is that actually spicy? A Carolina Reaper almond? It's not like the spiciest thing I've ever had, but it's Carolina Reaper is the spiciest pepper. So it's pretty spicy. Obviously, most packaged things in the store, like Blue Diamond's not gonna make anything too spicy. The package says ghost pepper, but this is my old can. I took like 10 Carolina Reaper almonds from the other can, put them in this, and then filled the rest with Korean barbecue almonds. I like almonds. I like almonds. Oh, it was a can, it was just only in my horror brain, that is. Alright, chapter 5, guys. Who is tougher? Splash! Pikachu landed in the river. The river was moving fast. Pikachu swam with all its might. Puffing and panting, it crawled up to the shore. But where was Togepi? Pikachu looked up. Togepi was alright. The tiny Pokemon had made it safely to the other side of the canyon. Pikachu scrambled up the side of the canyon. It hugged Togepi. Pikachu! Pikachu was happy that Togepi was safe. Then Pikachu remembered. The bullies. Pikachu picked up Togepi and ran back to its friends. Squirtle and Snubbull were face to face. They looked angry. I know this one's definitely one of the pictures. Let me switch to it. Here's Squirtle and Meryl face to face. Oop, there we go. Meryl challenges Squirtle to a race in the pool. So I can't deal with that much heat, right? It's, I don't know, I love spice, but whenever spice it's too spicy that's not even flavorful anymore, that's when I'm not a huge fan. By the power of plot armor, the shall see death. Let's see. Squirtle! Squirtle was challenging Snubbull to a staring contest. Snubbull! The pink Pokemon agreed. Snubbull puffed up its chest and tried to look tough. Squirtle puffed up its chest too. Then Squirtle puffed up its cheeks. Squirtle would show Snubbull which one of them was tougher. But Squirtle puffed itself up so much that it lost its balance. Squirtle fell backward and crashed to the ground. Snubbull! Snubbull and its friends laughed. Bulbasaur stomped up and faced Snubbull. I'm a suck! Now Bulbasaur wanted to challenge Snubbull. Snubbull! Snubbull gave Bulbasaur its meanest stare. Bulbasaur stared back. It rolled its left eye, rolled its right eye. Bulbasaur's eyes spun around and around. Snubbull got so dizzy looking at Bulbasaur's eyes, the pink Pokemon swayed back and forth. Then Snubbull fell to the ground. Bulbasaur won. Now Squirtle laughed at Snubbull. Raichu! Raichu faced Squirtle. He looked very, very angry. Meryl pushed Raichu aside. Meryl! The blue mouse Pokemon told Squirtle. Squirtle, said Squirtle. Pikachu groaned. Meryl and Squirtle both had water powers. Now they were gonna have a race in the Pokemon pool. Pika-pee! Pikachu pleaded. All Pikachu wanted was for everyone to be friends. But Meryl and Squirtle had made up their minds. They led the way to the Pokemon pool. The pool was crowded with all kinds of Pokemon. Some Pokemon splashed and played. Others swam back and forth. And some just sat on the edge of the pool. Pika! Pikachu waved to Misty's Pokemon, Goldeen and Staryu. They were both swimming in the pool. Pikachu wanted them to know about the race. Meryl and Squirtle climbed up onto the two rocks at the end of the pool. They were ready to race. Pikachu, Bulbasaur, and Togepi lined up at the other end to cheer for Squirtle. The bullies lined up next to him. Pikachu began the countdown. Pika! Boom! Electrode, an electric Pokemon that looked like a ball, exploded behind them. Meryl and Squirtle dove into the water. The race was on. Said Dude Snow in the Pokemon movie. I can't believe I cried. Snowball. Wait, no, you're talking about Pokemon, what is it, The Power of Us? That Pokemon movie with Snubbull? Bro, that one was nuts, actually. That was actually nuts. Alright, chapter 6, guys. One second, guys. Bam. Alright, here we go, guys. Here we go. Not see Pokemon movie? Wait, you haven't seen it yet, Arita? Or, yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, honestly. You're gonna be a big fan. Power of Us was a super cute movie. It honestly was. It honestly was. I don't know, Pokemon movies are always good, but some are definitely better than others, but I feel like Power of Us was, like, unexpectedly good, honestly. Alright, here we go, guys. Chapter 6, Pikachu gets angry. Meryl and Squirtle swarmed through the water. Both Pokemon were fast. Swam through the water, my bad. First, Squirtle took the lead. Then Meryl took the lead. Then Squirtle passed Meryl. It was a close race. Meryl charged ahead, but there was so much splashing water. Meryl could not see where it was going. Crash! Meryl banged into Staryu by mistake. The starfish-shaped Pokemon jumped out of the water. It was angry. Blast of water shot out of the jewel in Staryu's middle. The water blast pushed Meryl all the way back to the end of the pool. Squirtle had a big lead now. Squirtle! Squirtle laughed. Now it'll win the race. Squirtle swam towards the end of the pool. It moved fast. Something was wrong. Squirtle was moving backwards. Squirtle looked down. It was on top of Goldeen. It swam onto Goldeen by mistake. Now Goldeen was swimming in the wrong direction. Squirtle! Squirtle cried. Meryl swam past Squirtle. The mouse Pokemon now had the lead. Squirtle jumped off Goldeen's back. It swam as fast as it could, but it was too late. Meryl touched the end of the pool first. Meryl won. Bullies clapped and cheered for Meryl. Pikachu and Togepi hugged Squirtle. Pikachu! Pikachu knew that Squirtle did its best. Meryl laughed and pointed at Squirtle. Squirtle stomped up to the bullies. Meryl faced Squirtle and the two water Pokemon glared at each other. Now they really wanted to fight. Pikachu! Pikachu stepped between them. Fighting would not solve anything. They were supposed to be having fun. This was not the best day ever. In fact, it was turning into the worst day ever. Hi, honey. Yo, how's it going, Mom? How's it going? Yo, you guys know Cuckoo Mama is LJ's mom. Thank you for joining in. We're reading Pikachu's Vacation, like I said, and then me and Blaze are both gonna hop on for Mewtwo Strikes Back. Blaze is going to be playing the part of Mewtwo as well as James. But he said, "Now his plot armor is awful. Why my boy Squirt's losing?" That's what I'm saying though. Like when I was actually thinking that same thing though. Like in a battle and in a race, I feel like Squirtle just beats Meryl. Like Meryl's thing's mostly like floating. I don't think of it being very fast really. Yo, we got Jeremy coming in. How's it going, Jeremy? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully having a dope Saturday. We just do a little bit of Pokemon literature. Yo, Freshie, appreciate the shout out to my mom. Yo, and Harpy Lady with the hello, Mama LJ. Yo, Mama LJ just kind of sounds good. Mama LJ, I like that. All right, so Pikachu is saying, yeah, it's turning into the worst day ever. Right. Raichu did not like Pikachu butting in. Angry sparks flew from Raichu's cheeks. Raichu aimed the sparks at Pikachu, but Raichu missed. The sparks hit baby Togepi by mistake. Togepi cried. Now Pikachu was angry. Very angry. No bully was gonna hurt Togepi if Pikachu could help it. Pikachu! Now sparks flew from Pikachu's cheeks. Pikachu aimed the sparks at Raichu. Raichu aimed more sparks at Pikachu. The two electric Pokemon got closer and closer. Sparks flew between them. Soon their cheeks were touching. Pikachu! Raichu! Each Pokemon set off an electric charge. Then a strange thing happened. The electricity glued Pikachu and Raichu's cheeks together. The two Pokemon were stuck to one another. Yo, this part in the special was actually really sick. The like race between Pikachu and Raichu. If you could call it a race, actually. Yo, I actually missed some of the pictures here. Let me get back to it. Said, hello LJ's mom, hope you have a great day, just like LJ. Yo, love your streams, can you please give me a shout out? Yo, shout out Jeremy, do you stream as well, homie? Said if I was Pikachu, I would have used Gunnerbolt. Gunnerbolt? Just want to say your son is saving like quickly from depression. He's a model person to follow and you should be proud of the way you raised him. Health, mental, and friendship are just some of the words to describe your son. Consider him to be family. Yo, Freshie, thanks for the kind words, homie. Thanks for the kind words. Yo, Freshie with the... Wait, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Cloudbot might have been off. Try it again, Freshie. Said Pokemon Heroes, Pokemon 3, Pokemon 2000, Rise of Darkrai, Destiny Deoxys, Power Buster, top tier in my opinion. Honestly, I would agree with all of those. I would throw Pokemon Forever in as well, just because I'm a big Celebi fan. Big Celebi fan. Hi, Library Mary. Yo, let's go, let's go. Hey, there we go, there we go. Yo, appreciate the shout out, Frenchie. Appreciate the shout out. Yo, so here we have Pikachu and friends cheering Squirtle on in the race. Here's where Squirtle was going backwards because he was on Goldine's back. And then this is Meryl winning the race. So LJ is definitely my brother. We were almost the same person. We really are, honestly, Blaze. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Just too many things. Too many things. Okay, and then here we have Pikachu and Raichu. And then this is where their cheeks actually get stuck together. Which is pretty crazy. So Pokestopples are family simple. Exactly, exactly. That's the best way to put it. How so you both feel like truth and ideal. Alright, here we go. Now I oh yeah, we're at chapter 6, I believe. No, chapter 7, because Pikachu's got angry. Chapter 7 is Run Pikachu Run. Meanwhile, high on the mountain, 3 Pokemon settled down for a nap. Weezing, a poison Pokemon, floated in the air. Weezing looked like a black cloud with 2 heads. Arbok stretched its long body. Arbok looked like a big scary snake. Meowth yawned. This talking Pokemon looked like a cat. Meowth, Weezing, and Arbok all belonged to Team Rocket. Most of the time they tried to help Team Rocket steal Pikachu from Ash, but not today. They were here to have fun and rest, just like all the other Pokemon. Meowth! A day of rest at last, Meowth said. The Pokemon yawned again. This is the perfect place for a cat nap. Weezing and Arbok yawned too. They curled up next to Meowth. Soon they were all snoring away. Back at the bottom of the mountain, Pikachu and Raichu were more angry than ever. Yo, Aerito, you heading out, homie? You really heading out, Aerito? We haven't even gotten to the movie yet. We're still in the special. But yo, no, I understand though, Aerito. It's late for you right now. You gotta get some sleep, homie. But yo, we'll miss you, Aerito. See you, Barito. Yo, exactly, HD. See you, Barito. I didn't know you're part bear now, but if HD wrote it in the story, then you are part bear. Yo, Barito, have a dope one, homie. Thought it was you, Freshie? Yo. No, but in all serious, Aerito, it was good seeing you, homie. Thanks for joining in tonight's stream and this morning stream. We'll see you tomorrow. I should be on for sure, homie. Not bear. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a bear. It rhymes with Aerito, like Barito, Aerito. Said, oh yeah, Pokemon Forever, Jirachi's Wish, Pokemon Ranger movie. Yes. But not a part of my all-time faves. Gotta love the old school Pokeballs in the Celebi movie though. The story was also super sweet. Yes, the fact that you got to see Professor Oak as a kid, Samuel Oak, that was nuts. Alright, by the way, remember what my Meowth voice used to sound like? I feel like I've actually gotten a lot better with Meowth, I gotta say. Pokemon 3 Unknown, bro, I'm sure they have those in book form as well. I do have Pokemon 2000 and Destiny Deoxys, guys. If you guys do enjoy this, I will definitely considering doing it again. I'll definitely consider doing it again. I'll try to get 3, I'll try to get 4, try to get Heroes. Pokemon Heroes was good as well. Top tier Latios. Latios, yes. Pokemon Heroes was very, very top tier. In fact, I kind of want to watch that tonight. In fact, would you guys want to watch a Pokemon movie in the Discord after this? Like, when I get off stream, I can just go ahead and have it playing in the Discord like I did with DBZ the other night. I was told it kind of messed up a little bit. You were saying, Freshie, like, the audio and stuff was kind of iffy. But I can try it again, though. Yeah, I'll mess around with it and try to get to work. Love the soundtrack to Pokemon Heroes. Yes, it's just a really good one. It's a really good one. Let me put a poll up just to kind of see. Let's see. Or should we just watch Heroes? Should we just watch Heroes? I'm gonna do a poll just to see what people would want to see, but like, oops. I'm just gonna call it Pokemon 3 Unknown and Entei. I think the reason also that Latios and Latias were so good is that that movie actually is a Johto movie. Why not both? Honestly, if I'm up long enough, I might do both as well, but we'll see. So do you want us to keep muted, like enter chat muted? Yes, Freshie. I just kind of think it would work best muted, but they have the chat function on the watch party. I didn't know there was a chat in the watch party, but there actually is. So like, I was just chatting in the channel in Discord, but in the actual watch party, you can chat too. Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Latios and Latias as well, though. I just feel like it's a good one. But we could do them back to back. Or like even in reverse, like Heroes and then 4. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. Love the soundtrack to Pokemon Heroes. It was just really good. I said well said HC. Said my guy's unspoken riz that a Pokemon got attracted to him. Yo, Ash and Latias. I've watched all those, and in my honest opinion, Latias is my favorite. It's just very good, HD. It was the last Pokemon movie I saw in theaters. Yeah, you gotta swipe right or click right. Yeah, right. Yeah, like I had no clue about it, and I saw it afterward. I was like, bro, everyone was talking in it except for me. I was talking in the other one. All right, here we go, guys. The 2 Pokemon pulled and pulled. It was no use. Pikachu and Raichu could not become unstuck. Raichu and Pikachu ran as fast as they could. Maybe if they moved fast enough, they'd come apart. 2 Pokemon took off towards the trail that wound around the mountain. They flew up the trail, ran past Chansey. Usually this round peak Pokemon made other Pokemon happy, but Raichu and Pikachu did not even notice Chansey. Raichu and Pikachu ran off the trail, ran into a stream, and then BAM! They knocked over Poliwag, a round water Pokemon. BAM! They knocked over Seal, a Pokemon that looked like a white seal. BAM! They knocked over Seeking, a Pokemon that looked like a big goldfish with a horn on its forehead. Pikachu and Raichu ran faster and faster. They ran so fast that they climbed up a big waterfall in seconds. Literally up the waterfall. 2 Pokemon ran across the top of the mountain. Big maze made of bushes stretched out in front of them. Raichu and Pikachu crashed right through the maze. Up ahead, Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan played together. The fighting Pokemon traded punches and kicks. Crash! Raichu and Pikachu slammed right into them. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan flew into the air. Next, Raichu and Pikachu came to 3 Pokemon sleeping in the grass. Meowth, Weezing, and Arbok. Crash! Raichu and Pikachu slammed right into the napping Pokemon. Team Rocket's 3 Pokemon went flying. They landed with a thud on the ground. "I'll get you, Pikachu!" Meowth yelled. Raichu and Pikachu ran and ran. They ran back onto the trail. They wound their way back down the mountain. Charizard was stretched out onto the trail. Raichu and Pikachu could not stop. They ran right over Charizard's tail. The large flying Pokemon jumped up. It roared. It pounded its chest. And then it ran right after Pikachu and Raichu. Raichu and Pikachu were fast. Charizard was faster. Charizard ran past him and it blocked the trail. Crash! Raichu and Pikachu slammed into Charizard. The 2 electric Pokemon flew backward. Then finally they came apart. They were not stuck together anymore. Pikachu was happy, but not for long. Charizard was angry. It roared and flapped its wings. Whoosh! The breeze sent Pikachu and Raichu flying over the edge of the trail. They were falling to the bottom of the mountain. End of chapter 7. Feels like elementary school when the teachers tell us a story, but this is more better. That's honestly kind of the vibes I was going for though. It's very like, at least with Pikachu's Vacation, it's very elementary level. Mewtwo Strikes Back, it's like probably still elementary, but a couple grades older, you know. Everyone lend me your voting power. Yo, the power of collusion, anything is possible. I mean, honestly, I feel like Pokemon Heroes is just good. I feel like poll aside and us talking about it aside, I feel like the people just want to see Heroes. It's just good. So first we should watch Pikachu's Vacation since we read it first. Yo, watch that tonight, you mean? I mean, there's a possibility. I think it might be cool to do Heroes and then watch the first movie, including Pikachu's Vacation. And what was the short in front of Heroes? I can't even remember. All right, Chapter 8, Look Out Charizard. Oh yeah, let me get the pictures and there should be one more. Okay, yeah, this is just gonna be Meowth, Arbok, and Weezing sitting on the mountain. And then this is gonna be Charizard roaring and blowing away Pikachu and Raichu. So what's the chapter where Ash encounters Sonichu? Yo, Epsilon, what's good, what's good? That actually happens in Pikachu's Vacation 2, The Revenge of Dr. Robotnik. Specifically Robotnik. I think Sonic came up with the title himself. But yo, Epsilon, hopefully you're having a dope Saturday, homie. We just read Pikachu's Vacation, about to hop on to some Mewtwo Strikes Back as well. Neat. Yo, can't watch it with you since I'm doing Ultraman Marathon later. I feel you, HD, I feel you. Oh, hey, if you want to hop in even for just a little bit, feel free, homie, feel free. You have a movie weekend where we all watch the movies. Bro, it would be sick. It would be sick. It looks like Pokemon Latias and Latias. We will watch it in the Discord after streaming, guys. I'll get that set up and everything on my PS2. Alright, here we go. Chapter 8, Look Out Charizard. Pikachu closed its eyes. It got ready to crash into the ground. Boink! Pikachu opened its eyes. Pikachu and Raichu had landed on a Snorlax. This sleepy Pokemon had a big round belly. Pikachu and Raichu bounced off of its belly and landed gently onto the ground. Snorlax snored and rolled over on top of Pikachu and Raichu. Pikachu and Raichu pushed their way out from under Snorlax, and they stood up. Pikachu's friends were there. Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Togepi hugged Pikachu. Pidgeotto and Zubat flew around Pikachu. Vulpix licked Pikachu's face, and Psyduck waddled around. Even Geodude and Onix smiled. They were all glad that Pikachu was safe. Great reading. Love you bunches. Yo, love you too, Mom. Love you too. I'm glad you can make it in. I've been excited about this, as you know. I've been telling you how excited I was. The bullies were there too. They walked up to Pikachu, and Raichu still looked angry. Pikachu glared at Raichu. This fight was not over. Char! Charizard's loud roar filled the air. The large Pokemon swept down from the top of the mountain. It ran right at Raichu and Pikachu. Raichu and Pikachu jumped out of the way. Charizard looked back at them and laughed. It liked scaring the smaller Pokemon. Hey, Library Legend, how are you? Yo, Ariel, I'm doing great, doing great. We're just having a reading stream tonight. We're reading the Pokemon Pikachu's Vacation special that appears before the first Pokemon movie. And then we're going to be reading the first Pokemon movie. Actually joined by the one and only THEBLAZEDEITY as well tonight. Charizard was so busy scaring Pikachu and Raichu that it did not see where it was going. Just ahead was a lookout tower made of logs and ropes. Past the tower, a bunch of old pipes were sticking out of the mountain. Pika-Pee! Pikachu tried to warn Charizard, but it was too late. Charizard crashed into the lookout tower. Logs tumbled everywhere. Then Charizard flew right into one of the pipes, and its head got stuck. Charizard pulled and pulled, but it could not get out. Charizard's head was trapped inside the pipe. I always wondered why those pipes were even there, but yo, this is a sad picture of Charizard with his head stuck in the pipe. He's actually crying. I never really thought about it, but this is a grown giant dragon Pokemon that's like big and tough. Bro was actually crying during that moment. So human, so raw. The emotion there. Alright, Chapter 9, Save Charizard. Charizard roared loudly. It flapped its wings. It thumped its tail on the ground. It was no use. Charizard could not get its head out of the pipe. Pikachu turned to its friends. Pikachu! Pika Pika Pee! Pikachu told them. Charizard had been trying to scare them, but Pikachu and its friends knew they still had to help free Charizard. Squirtle ran and found a rope. Pikachu tied the rope to one of Charizard's back legs. Pikachu tied one end of the rope around Pidgeotto and Zubat. The two flying Pokemon flapped their wings and pulled as hard as they could. Onix chomped on the other end of the rope. The giant rock Pokemon pulled with all its might. Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Vulpix, and Geodude grabbed onto the rope. They all pulled as hard as they could. Even baby Togepi helped. which is super, super cute. Pikachu and its friend pulled and pulled. Charizard roared. Fire flew out of its mouth and blew out the end of one of the pipes. Its head was still stuck. Pokemon pulled harder. Charizard jerked forward. Pikachu and the other Pokemon flew back and landed on the ground with a thump. Right. Raichu and the other bullies laughed and laughed. Pikachu turned to the bullies. Charizard needed help badly. Pikachu and its friends could not do it alone. They needed the bullies to help them. Pikachu! Pikachu pleaded. Pika-pee! Pika-pika-pee! Pikachu tried to make the bullies understand. If they all worked together, they could save Charizard. The bullies stopped laughing. They looked at one another. Finally, Raichu spoke up. Raichu. Meru. Snubble nodded. Snubble. The three bullies stepped up and grabbed onto the rope. Only Cubone stayed aside. The quiet Pokemon was too shy to join in. Bro, so those of you that have seen this, you know that's actually the exact way that the Pokemon sound in that like scenario. That's how exactly what Raichu says and how Meryl responds. Raichu. Meru. And I don't know why, I just love the way that Raichu is like explaining things in that moment. So like, I wanted to make sure I did that part exactly. Said Epic just got home, had a long day at work, and hung out in the mall with my friend Rose after we went to Taco Bell to eat. Hey, Taco Bell on Cinco de Mayo? Your boy did that as well, Ariel. That's what's up. Got some ice cream and went to some other places, including an Asian market that sells saltwater taffy. Saltwater taffy. And I got 2 new books. Yo, that's awesome, Ariel. That's awesome. Yo, LJ doing some Pokemon again. Yo, what's good, River? What's good? Yes, we're doing a Pokemon reading night. We're actually about to start reading Pokemon the First Movie. I'm going to be joined by the one and only BlazeDeity, who is going to be voicing Mewtwo and James. And yeah, we just got those old school Gen 1 vibes going tonight. Also gonna be watching Pokemon Heroes in the Discord afterwards as well. But yo, hopefully having a dope Saturday, homie. I'm doing pretty good. We just chill here. We chill. The other Pokemon took their places on the rope again. They pulled and pulled. With the bullies' help, they were stronger. But they still could not free Charizard. Char. Inside the pipe, Charizard began to cry. Sad sobs filled the playground. Pikachu felt like crying too. It promised Ash that it would take care of all of its friends. Now Charizard was going to be trapped forever. End of Chapter 9. Chapter 10. Pokemon Power. The final chapter. From the sidelines, Cubone listened to Charizard cry. It did not like to see anybody sad. Cubone did not feel so shy anymore. Pokemon took a deep breath. They grabbed onto the rope. Pika! At Pikachu's cry, all the Pokemon gave one mighty pull. And it worked! Charizard's head popped out of the pipe. Charizard flew backwards and all of the Pokemon went flying up into the air. They landed with a splash into the pool. Above them, Meowth woke up from its nap again. That's it! Meowth yelled. I came here for some peace and quiet. The rest of you are making too much noise. I'm gonna come down there and fight you all. You will never forget the day you... Meowth could not finish. Charizard came falling back down to earth. Slam! The flying Pokemon landed on Meowth with a crash. Charizard got up and flew away. Meowth wobbled to its feet. That's alright, Meowth said. I think I've had enough rest today. Back down in the pool, the Pokemon laughed and cheered. Pikachu! Pikachu said happily. It reached out a hand to Raichu. Pika-pee! Right! Raichu shook Pikachu's hand. They were friends. There would be no more fighting. So then Pikachu got an idea. Pika-pika-pee! Pikachu told the others. Pikachu pointed to the pile of broken logs and ropes. If they could save Charizard, imagine the other things they could do together. The Pokemon liked Pikachu's idea. They grabbed the logs, they grabbed the rope, they worked, and before long, they were done. The Pokemon had built fun new rides for the Pokemon playground. Pikachu and Squirtle swung on the new swing set, Togepi and Vulpix played in the new sandbox, Bulbasaur and Geodude slid down the new slide, Charizard wanted to go on the new seesaw, the bullies helped out, Raichu, Meryl, Snubble, and Cubone got on one end of the seesaw. They still were not heavy enough to lift Charizard. When the Pokemon got tired of playing, they all jumped in the pool. They played and splashed together. Soon the sun started to set, red streaked across the blue sky. Pikachu could not believe the day was almost over. Suddenly, Ash's voice carried into the playground. Pikachu! It's time to leave! Ash yelled. Goldeen, Staryu, Psyduck, come on back! Misty called out. Geodude, Onix, Zubat, Vulpix, we have to go! Brock cried. Pikachu and the others jumped out of the pool. Pikachu turned and looked at the bullies. They were not bullies anymore. They were friends. Pikachu would miss them. Pika-pee! Pikachu waved goodbye to Raichu, Meryl, Snubbull, and Cubone. The Pokemon waved back. Then Pikachu ran down the trail. Pikachu might miss its new friends, but there was someone Pikachu missed even more. Pikachu! Ash cried. Pikachu jumped into Ash's arms. The yellow Pokemon gave Ash a big hug. Did you take good care of the other Pokemon? Ash asked. Pikachu nodded. Pikachu's friends nodded too. I knew I could count on you, Pikachu. Ash hugged Pikachu, and Pikachu smiled. This really was the best day ever. The end. Alright, well, what did we learn from Pikachu and his friends? It's that there should be no fighting in the world. Everyone should just be friends. And if you do have differences, you should just still pull together and you can help out everyone in the long run. That is what we should learn, guys. So now I can read Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters, which I've been wanting to for a while, anytime I want. And I got the second book, The Lightning Thief. Let's go, Errol. I've heard really good things about those. I've heard the movies were pretty good too. I haven't got around to watching or reading them, actually. All right. Blaze. Sorry, I'm just now getting to it, homie. But I believe we are ready to start Mewtwo Strikes Back. Now, like I said, guys, I have some of the music from the Pokemon movie. I'm not gonna be playing in any specific order. There might be sometimes like let's see, like a certain really sad emotional song that plays during a certain part. I am going to play that music during that part, but yeah, other than that, we're just gonna kind of let the music play and, you know, we'll see. Wait, compare thickness between the two for me real quick, please and thank you. Oh yeah, gotcha, River, gotcha. The other one, it is the font is a lot bigger in Pikachu's Vacation, but here's what we're looking like. Also, Blaze, I'm going to send you a... Actually, Blaze, if you want to hop into the streaming channel of the Discord, of my Discord, that is where I will be. So this is going to be Pikachu's Vacation, and then underneath it is going to be Pokémon the First Movie. It's like a little bit longer. Page-wise... Somebody here? Pikachu's Vacation is 65 pages, and Mewtwo Strikes Back is 109 pages. And the font is smaller. Nice. I came at the right time. Yes, River, yes. I'm assuming... See, it took me a while to kind of get going with Pikachu's Vacation. I'm assuming this will probably take me about an hour in 20-ish minutes. I'm assuming to get done at about 10 o'clock my time. It's 8:40 right now. Isn't Agul's theme kind of like sad? No, it is, HD. It is. Even who was it in chat that even said? I think it was Colby that said this sounds like something that Ultraman would die to. I was like, bro, even Colby knew right off the bat. I learned to crush people with my weight and pretend it's an accident from Charizard. Honestly, Persona, that's the way to do it. It's the way to do it. Hey LJ, how's you? Yo, I'm doing awesome. Kay, doing awesome. Yo, how's your Saturday, homie? We actually about to do a little bit of reading. Blaze, you ready for this, homie?
Are you able to hear me?
I am able to hear you, homie. How is the I'm gonna say test, and then you say test, and we're gonna ask the homies in the audience if our voices are both like clear and everything. Test.
Test.
Can you guys hear Blaze? Is it quiet or? Yo, Persona coming in with the biddies and the test. Let's go. Yo, appreciate it, Persona. Test. You can hear him. Is it loud enough, HD? Hey, Blaze. HD says, "Hey, Blaze, what's 9 plus 10?" Said, Precious Oscar is Wait, Precious Oscar is mom along my pups to bark. Wait, what was that, Blaze? My bad.
You said what's 9 plus 10? I said 21.
21. Turn Blaze again louder. Yo, we'll do, Freshy, we'll do. I'll see if I can turn it up a little bit. I'll just turn up desktop audio. I believe that should help.
Can you
You
guys
said
hear
Precious
me?
Oscar is making all my pups to bark. Wait, was Oscar? Yeah, because Oscar, you can hear him, Mom. That's what it was. Okay, okay. I didn't know what you were talking about at first. I forgot. I already forgot Oscar was barking. Oscar, you okay in there? Oscar? We'll get Oscar on before we do things. All right, Blaze, you want to give another test? Freshie, does it sound good volume now?
Test, test, test.
That should be a lot better, I think, guys. Yo, Laura Bella coming in. How's it going, Laura? How's it going? All right, guys. Just in case you want to see Oscar before we get started here he is. So that's good, Freshie? Okay, good. We are good audio-wise. And HD says Blaze can't be heard when you talk, though. So I'm gonna try to talk a little bit quieter, guys. I have a lot of energy. I had 2 cups of coffee, or of tea today.
Maybe I can turn my volume up on here. Hold on.
See, it sounds perfect to me. So pretty good. Said cutie, yo, isn't Oscar just the cutest, Laura? Oh, Oski, yo, Oscar, look, it's Ariel. She says, hey, Oski. Were you barking out there at something? What's out there? Yo, Mom, and everyone out there. Some of you that were in stream earlier, you heard near like about the end of stream earlier. I kept hearing sounds in the kitchen, and I was like, "What is that?" Like I went in there, and Oscar, like the bag of nudges, like treats, was on the floor, and dude just had his head in the bag, pulling out snacks. I was like, I literally just gave you treats, Oscar. He's like, yeah, but they weren't nudges. I needed nudges specifically. Said there's the other legend himself, hey Blaze. Yo, you have any pictures with him? We're talking about Oscar. Oscar is a he. I do have a lot of pictures of Oscar actually. I try to post a lot in the Discord. All right, Oscar's going back down, and I believe we are ready to begin. So you do have the PDF, Blaze?
Yes, I have it right with me.
That's so dope. What site was it on?
Internet Archive.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Oski's so cute and he loves it when you hold him. Yo, exactly, Ariel, exactly. Send me on Discord. Yo, gotcha, Laura. Actually, here's my Discord link. I don't know. Wait, are you? I think you are in the Discord already, aren't you? If not, there's the link, and I got you on that later for sure. I'm gonna grab a bookmark too, just because I feel like I might need one at some point. I'm gonna get this bookmark that I made myself very cheaply with a it's just got the 3 OG terrible Gen 1 sprites of Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. Charizard looks like something's wrong with them.
Listen, you know what's funny? I do love the Blastoise Gen 1 sprite, the original one.
Where he looks big and bad, dude. He looks like a mob boss.
I know. That's why I would call him Bowser. Oh
yeah. That's dope. I always got the Bowser Blastoise nickname, like I think it was when I was playing X and Y. Eric told me to name it Bowser, and I was like, yo, that's actually a really good name. Alright, I'm about to begin, guys. We got a prologue here. So I'm about to cue the music. Instead of what if Pikachu was a Digimon? I feel like Pikachu and Agumon would get along pretty well, I feel like. Said, getting a huge hug from a huge legend with a huge heart, even though he himself is quite a small boy. Oscar's very tiny, but my mom's new puppy, Augie, is even tinier. Oh, my bad, Ken. You said Saturday was great till my bathroom ceiling collapsed. Literally collapsed? That's actually, it's like the worst thing I could think of happening, actually. Hopefully no one was using the bathroom when it happened. Alright, here we go, guys. We are starting up now. Like I said, I will take, like, a slight break and keep up with chat in between chapters. And then Blaze, at any point, if you need to take a break or anything, just let me know, homie.
Alright, not a problem.
Check your Discord. Yo, gotcha, Laura. I will get to it after we get some readings in. Alright, here we go. 2 hours ago, luckily no one was taking a bath. It was midnight at the time. Dang, Kane. Hopefully you get that fixed soon. We are at our prologue. Computer Diary of Professor John Smith, Pokémon Cloning Laboratory at New Island. January 1st. Our colleagues made an exciting discovery deep in the Amazon jungle today. They found a fossilized eyebrow in a cave. Near the fossil was an ancient cave drawing of the legendary Pokemon Mew. No one has ever seen a Mew alive. Mew is reputed to have amazing powers, even for a Pokemon. If this fossil does not prove to belong to Mew, we may have a chance to make scientific history. March 14th. We spend hours in the lab each day, barely eating or sleeping. We've isolated Mew's DNA. As soon as we perfect the cloning machine, we can begin to attempt a clone of Mew. Won't it be wonderful to create a new life from something that has been extinct for so long? It will be like giving a gift to the world. June 4th. Arguments among the scientists. Some members of the team want to alter Mew's DNA to make the cloned Pokemon even more powerful. Others say we should leave the DNA just as it is. But how can we pass up the chance to improve on what nature has created? If we don't try to make the Mew clone more powerful, we won't be living up to our potential as scientists. July 15th. All agree to alter Mew's DNA. This clone could be the most powerful creature in the world. We are about to undertake the greatest experiment ever. August 31st. The DNA has been altered. The cloning machine is ready. We will attempt the cloning process tonight. September 3rd. The cloning process was successful. The Mew clone is asleep in a tank of fluid in the laboratory. We will call it Mew 2. There is nothing to do now but watch and wait for it to wake up. Watch and wait. End of the prologue. Alright, well, that was actually kind of nuts. Was that word for word what they say in the movie, Blaze?
It was close to bar for bar what they said in the movie.
Oh, okay. I
Literally
felt like
almost word for
I
word.
didn't know if I remembered it differently, but I feel like they added extra stuff in there. Like the whole some people want to alter the DNA to make it more powerful. I don't remember them talking about that.
Yeah, that was added.
Oh,
And
okay.
so was the after the main scientist was like the cloning process was a success. Like
Mhm.
that's where they cut it off.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that actually was even more nuts. Like them talking about like it's like somehow between what were the dates here? Somehow between June 4th and July 15th, it went from some people want to alter the DNA to everyone's like, okay, we're gonna alter the DNA now, guys. That's actually
in a
nuts.
in a span of 10 days. I mean, in a span of like 20 days, somebody was like, yeah, no, we're doing it.
Yeah, like how are they persuading the others? Like, come on, guys, you know you want to make the strongest Pokemon.
Giovanni probably called it and said, if you don't, there's consequences.
yeah, exactly. That's what it was. All right, guys. All right. You said Mew, Mew, Mew. Translation: I eat drugs. I believe it, honestly. HD. That we don't know what Mew is saying, but that's the closest translation I've heard. So the joiner came out and was like, would he bring a plumber out with him tomorrow at 11 a.m.? Oh, okay. So you already got a plan in mind then. So Jesse's mom from Team Rocket went to look for Mew. Madam Boss, aka Giovanni's mom, sent her. She was one of the top Rocket agents. Wait, Freshie, what? What is this from? Is this true? Is this canon? Had a bit of a mishap today though in my car. Yo, what happened, Ariel? All right, we are going to chapter 1. Blaze, I believe you are going to be having some lines coming up.
Sounds good. I'm already ready.
Okay, let's do this. Bulbapedia? Yo, I need to look into that, Freshie. Can you send me that link? Any extra details about Giovanni? I want to hear about. All right, I gotta. Oh, hold on. I might be sneezing. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I'm playing that same track again because this is the music that plays while Mewtwo's in the lab and everything. Strange images floated throughout the Pokemon's mind. Bubbles dancing in crystal blue water. An island somewhere in the middle of the ocean. A small creature without wings flying through the air. And humans. Many humans. The Pokemon stirred slowly. It opened its eyes. It was floating in a glass tank. It opened its eyes. Or it was floating in a glass tank filled with red fluid. A group of humans surrounded the tank. Humans in long white coats. Scientists. They were staring at it and whispering. "It's awake," one of the scientists cried.
Awake. I'm awake.
The Pokemon looked down at its body, strong muscles tensed beneath its white fur. It did feel awake. It felt more than awake. It felt powerful. Pokemon closed its eyes and imagined the tank breaking into a million pieces. Almost instantly, the tank around it shattered. Red fluid spilled onto the floor. The Pokemon crouched on the floor.
Where am I?
The Pokemon asked. Its deep, rich voice filled the room.
Who am I?
One of the scientists stepped forward.
Mewtwo is complete, the man said.
Mewtwo?
The Pokemon asked.
That's your name, said the scientist. We used the rarest Pokemon in the world to create you. It is called Mew.
The man pointed to the image of a computer screen. It was an ancient drawing. It looked like it might have been just scratched on a cave wall. The drawing showed a cat-like Pokemon. The creature looked like Mewtwo, but smaller. Had big eyes and a long, thin tail. Mewtwo's eyes narrowed. This was the creature from its dreams.
You said you used Mew to create me. What did you mean?
Mewtwo asked.
The man beamed. It's a scientific miracle. We used a sample of Mew's DNA to make a copy of Mew, a clone. You are the result of our experiment.
Why?
Mewtwo
Why
asked.
did you do it?
Oh, there we go.
We wanted to see if it was possible to make a clone of the legendary Mew,
The scientist said.
We proved it could be done.
Confusion clouded Mewtwo's brain. The humans seemed so pleased with their work. The Mewtwo didn't feel like a scientific experiment. It felt alive.
And what will you do with me?
We will study, the scientist replied. We believe you are stronger than you. We would like to find out exactly what you're capable of. Anger filled Mewtwo.
These scientists only created me to run tests on me.
Mewtwo thought.
They treat me like an object. But I am not an object. I am alive. I will show you what I am capable of.
Mewtwo said angrily. Mewtwo's eyes narrowed. The room was filled with more large tanks of red fluid. Mewtwo concentrated on those first. Crash! Mewtwo caused the tanks to shatter just by thinking about it. The humans screamed in terror. Some began to flee the room. Their screams delighted Mewtwo. Next, it concentrated on the computer screen. Instantly, electric sparks shot from the machine. Soon the room was in flames.
Mewtwo, no!
A scientist cried. He frantically reached for a button on the wall. Mechanical arms shot out from the walls and surrounded Mewtwo. Mewtwo countered by shooting blue light from its eyes. The light formed a giant blue bubble around Mewtwo. The bubble carried the Pokemon out of the room and out of the building. Mewtwo noticed that the building was a laboratory of some kind. Once outside, Mewtwo saw that the lab was on a small island. Below, angry red flames shot up from the lab. A feeling of power surged through Mewtwo like a jolt of electricity. It felt good. Mewtwo floated in the bubble and landed on the island's rocky shore. Mewtwo dissolved the bubble. Someone was coming. A deafening noise filled the air. Looking up, Mewtwo saw a helicopter flying overhead. The helicopter landed on the shore. A large man in a dark suit emerged from the helicopter, carried a tan Pokemon that looked like an exotic cat. A Persian, Mew thought, without knowing exactly how it knew.
You're as powerful as I thought, the man said. If you come with me, I'll show you how to use that power. Together, we can control the world.
Why should I trust a human?
Mewtwo thought. But this man was different from the scientist.
He said we could control the world. He knows I am more than just an experiment. He knows how powerful I am. Perhaps he can help. Who are you?
Mewtwo asked.
My name is Giovanni. I lead Team Rocket, the man said.
A leader. A powerful man like this would have much to offer.
Mewtwo nodded.
I will come.
Yo, King Sign is coming in with the raid. Let's go, let's go. Yo, we got a little bit more lines before the end of the chapter. Mewtwo climbed in the helicopter. As they flew away, the Pokemon watched the lab explode in an orange ball of fire. End of chapter 1. Yo, King Cygnus, appreciate the raid, homie. Appreciate the raid. Let me get you a shout out. Me and the homie, the Blaze Deity, are reading through Pokemon the First Movie right now. Getting the old school Gen 1 vibes in. Yo, if you guys aren't following King Cygnus, definitely drop a follow, homie. Definitely drop a follow. Said end of chapter 1, it's been 2 hours. Yo, we did read Pikachu's Vacation beforehand, and I did play a little bit of a Pokemon Puzzle League as well. We just started this one. Yo, but hopefully the stream was dope. Looks like you're playing some Majora's Mask. Classic game, classic game. For all of those that are new coming in, my name is Library Jesus. I am joined by the Blaze Deity. As I said, we are reading through Pokémon the First Movie, the novelization. The scholastic novelization, written by Tracy West, the great Tracy West. We are about to roll right into chapter 2. But yo, once again, appreciate the raid, homie. Appreciate you bringing in the hype. As you guys can see or hear as well, we actually do have some background music from the show as well. All right, let me go back to this one, and we're beginning chapter 2. All right, ready, Blaze?
Always ready.
Bro, I'm loving this Mewtwo and Giovanni back and forth we're doing. Like, how fitting is it, me, Giovanni, and you, Mewtwo?
Definitely top tier.
Chapter 2, Mewtwo is tested. Metal clamps tightened around Mewtwo's wrists and ankles. The Pokemon was in Giovanni's lab, in a remote mountain region. The human had promised Mewtwo more power than it had ever dreamed of. But the human had a strange plan.
We must control your power, or you will destroy the world and everything in it,
Giovanni had explained.
This armor will protect your body and focus your power. We will control your power, and we can use it to take over the world.
Mewtwo was reluctant at first, but Giovanni had to be smart to get where he was. This human must know what he was doing.
I will go along with him for now.
Mewtwo thought.
I will see what he does.
So Mewtwo had agreed to sit in this large metal chair. Mewtwo sat calmly as the clamps tightened. Now plates of shiny silver armor emerged from the chair. They tightened around Mewtwo's arms, its legs, its chest, even its head.
You can still use your power,
Giovanni said.
What would I do with it?
Mewtwo asked. Giovanni's eyes gleamed.
You will fight.
Team Rocket leader pressed a silver button. A door opened. A giant Pokemon waited behind the door. It looked like a huge snake made of stone. Mewtwo's psychic powers told him that the rock Pokemon was called Onix. Before Onix could attack, Mewtwo concentrated on sending a psychic blast in its direction. Slam! The rock Pokemon tumbled to the ground. Mewtwo had defeated it in an instant.
Excellent,
Giovanni said, stroking the Persian cat in his lap.
But we need more tests, more battles.
Each day, Mewtwo faced off against different Pokemon, each more powerful than the last. Each time, the Pokemon clone was victorious. Nothing could stop it. Mewtwo faced a herd of Tauros on an open field. The bull-like Pokemon charged at Mewtwo with their sharp horns. Mewtwo focused, causing a whirlwind to spin below their feet. The wind sent the helpless Tauros flying into the air. Mewtwo faced Alakazam, the fox-like Pokemon that some had said had the strongest abilities of all psychic Pokemon. It held 2 spoons, symbols of its amazing psychic power. Alakazam didn't even have a chance to strike. Mewtwo aimed psychic waves of blue light at Alakazam. The psychic force bent the 2 spoons. Alakazam was defeated. Love y'all. Yo, love you so much, Mom. Love you so much. I don't know if you're heading to bed soon, but if you are, hopefully you have sweet dreams. I will definitely talk tomorrow, and I guess I will see you tomorrow. We're probably meeting up for lunch, I'm assuming, the Sunday meetup. Much love, Mama LJ. Yo, Freshie. Alright, we are at, here we go. Mewtwo faced Magneton, an electric Pokemon made up of 3 joined silver balls and powerful electric magnets. Magneton threw a blast of magnetic energy at Mewtwo. Mewtwo reversed the blast, and the energy surrounded Magneton, sending it crashing to the floor. CPR certificate arrived today. Yo, let's go, Ariel, let's go. Yo, officially certified. That's what's up. Not even Nidoking and Arcanine could defeat Mewtwo. Nidoking, a poison Pokemon covered with sharp spikes, and Arcanine, an agile fire Pokemon, charged Mewtwo at full force. A single blast of light sent the 2 flying into the air, defeated. One by one, Giovanni sent Pokemon to battle Mewtwo, and one by one, Mewtwo defeated them. At first, Mewtwo didn't mind the tests. It almost enjoyed them. But as the days went by, it began to wonder what Giovanni had in mind.
Tell me, human, what am I fighting for?
Mewtwo and Giovanni were in the lab. Giovanni sat on a balcony high above the lab floor. Giovanni looked down on Mewtwo and smiled.
You are fighting for me, of course, Giovanni said. Every Pokemon needs a human master.
Human master. But I thought we were going to rule the world as equals.
Giovanni laughed.
Equals? That's impossible. Humans created you. You can never be equal to us.
Mewtwo stared at Giovanni.
This human wants to control me. But look how far away from me he sits. He is afraid of me. You're right. I'm not a human. And I was not born a Pokemon. I was created, and my creators have used and betrayed me.
The thought upset Mewtwo, but instantly his sadness turned to anger. Sparks flew from Mewtwo's armor.
I don't need a human to help me control the world. I can do it on my own.
Giovanni watched in horror as Mewtwo's eyes glowed with eerie blue light. The armor flew off of Mewtwo's body. That's when Giovanni realized what had just happened. The Pokemon's full power was unleashed.
Humans may have created me, but they will never enslave me.
A blue bubble surrounded Mewtwo's body. Mewtwo floated high into the air. Pokemon focused its psychic energy, sending an explosive charge speeding through the lab. The explosion rocked the ground below it. The bubble burst and Mewtwo flew away like a speeding comet. It was time to start again. Mewtwo flew over the ocean. It landed on the island where it was created. The laboratory lay around him in ruin. No matter. It would rebuild it. Mewtwo looked out over the sea.
Soon, I will have my revenge. My revenge on all humans.
Yo, end of chapter 2. Bro, the Mewtwo voice is giving me chills, dude.
Dude, your Giovanni voice is like spot on.
Bro, you know who I'm thinking of whenever I do the Giovanni voice? Who? I think it's like the same voice actor, probably. It's somebody else in Pokemon. I'm trying to think of who it is. Bro, who is it? It's almost kind of like the Ghastly from Ghost of Maiden's Peak, but like.
Yes, 100%. The Ghastly who made the Venus voice?
Yes, it's like that,
Yeah.
but Giovanni. It's got to be the same voice actor, but Giovanni obviously has like more of a deeper human voice. But bro, whenever you were saying whenever you're Mewtwo and you're like, you're right, I'm not a human. And I was not born a Pokemon. I was like, bro, this line is nuts. I feel like they are adding more into the story, which I was not expecting, but in a good way.
Definitely.
Yo, Peace is coming in with the raid. Let's go. Yo, appreciate the raid, Pieces. Appreciate the raid. Me and the homie, the THEBLAZEDEITY, are we're reading Pokemon the First Movie right now. Actually, it's it's actually still almost in the prologue esque kind of part. We're actually just about to get to where Ash and everyone appears. Yo, and Pieces redeeming the Akatsuki Assemble. Itachi. Hisame. Sasori. How many pages we down? We are on to page 13 out of 106. Wait, it did start at page 1 for chapter 1. Okay, yeah, we are on 16 out of 106, or 13 out of 106. Making pretty good progress though. But yo, Pieces, how was the stream, homie? How was the stream? What were we, it was Warzone tonight, right? But yo, if you guys are following Pieces Gaming, you gotta drop a follow. You got to. Said, bro, that's some long reading. Yeah, me and Blaze got this though. We are actually trained professional. We're trained professional. All right. Yeah, just going right into chapter 3.
I have a request before we start chapter 3.
For sure.
Can I be the random trainer who walks up on Ash and them?
Yes, dude. Any character you want to be, even like whenever we get to the guy like Brute Root, Shell Shocker, and all that. Any of the characters you want to do voices for, definitely let me know, homie. Definitely let me know.
That sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Also, just asking the folks at home. I turned down the music a little bit, at least at some parts. Is it Can you is the music too loud at all? Like you can still hear us reading and the music. So Warzone, first time this month. Got you, homie. Got you.
Hopefully you guys are all enjoying this Pokemon the First Movie.
Yes, I know. I definitely am, dude. I'm getting chills. All right, I was gonna look up Pokemon First Movie. I want to be the very best. That's what I'm gonna play during this next scene. When we get to the battle specifically, leading up to it, I'll pick something else. But when we get to that part, yeah. All right, here we go. All right, Chapter 3, Ash Ketchum, Pokemon Trainer. Ash Ketchum sat down on a patch of green grass. He lifted his cap and ran his fingers through his brown hair.
I'm tired, Ash said, and hungry. Let's stop here. I can't take another step.
Ash's friend Misty shook her head.
Some Pokemon trainer you are, Ash. You haven't caught any new Pokemon in weeks.
Ash grimaced. Ever since his 10th birthday, Ash had been on a journey as a Pokemon trainer. One day he hoped to become the best Pokemon master in the world. But to do that, he'd have to catch and train lots of Pokemon.
Every Pokemon trainer needs to rest once in a while,
said Brock, an experienced Pokemon gym leader who was traveling with Ash and Misty.
I think we should stop. It's a nice spot.
Relieved, Ash leaned back and put his arms behind his head. It was a nice spot, Ash thought. They were on a high cliff that overlooked the ocean. The air smelled clean and salty.
Pika, Pika!
Ash's Pokemon Pikachu hopped up on Ash's knees and smiled. An electric Pokemon, Pikachu was bright yellow with pointy ears and a tail shaped like a lightning bolt.
I guess you like it here too, huh, Pikachu?
Ash asked.
Pika, Pika!
A tiny Pokemon hopped up next to Pikachu. It was Togepi, a rare Pokemon that had hatched from an egg that Ash found. Togepi still carried the bottom half of the eggshell around its little round body. Its tiny head popped out from the round top of its shell. Tiny arms and legs stuck out from the sides and bottom. Chirped Togepi in a high voice. Pikachu jumped off Ash and ran to play with Togepi. Misty had opened up her backpack and was setting up a picnic lunch. Her red hair gleamed in the afternoon sunlight. Brock had started a small fire and was busy cooking Pokemon food in a small pot. I'll just take a little nap, Ash thought. He pulled his cap over his eyes. Ash's eyes were barely closed when a loud voice boomed through the clearing.
Ash Ketchum.
Ash sat up. An older teenage boy walked up to their campsite. Ash thought he looked kind of like a pirate. A scarf covered his black hair, and he wore a vest with no shirt underneath. Attached to his vest were red and white Pokeballs.
Are you Ash Ketchum, the Pokemon trainer from Pallet Town?
The boy asked. Ash jumped to his feet.
That's me!
How about a battle?
The trainer challenged. Ash grabbed a Pokeball from his belt.
If you're looking for a battle, you found one.
Misty shook her head.
I thought you couldn't take another step,
she said.
A Pokemon battle's a piece of cake,
Ash said confidently.
Be careful, Brock warned. This guy looks tough.
Ash and the trainer faced each other on the open grass. The trainer grabbed a Pokeball from his vest and he threw the ball.
Pokeball, go!
The trainer cried. There was a burst of white light and a Pokemon appeared. It was a Donphan, one of the newly discovered Pokemon. It stood on 4 sturdy legs. 2 curved horns extended from its head and silver armor covered its body.
Go, Pokeball!
Ash cried and threw his Pokeball.
Bulbasaur, I choose you!
Bulbasaur appeared in another burst of light. It looked like a small dinosaur with a plant bulb growing out of its back. Donphan started the attack. It began to spin furiously in the air, forming a wheel with its body. It sped at Bulbasaur. With a crash, it knocked Bulbasaur and sent it flying into the air.
Bulbasaur, Solar Beam!
Ash commanded. The plant bulb on Bulbasaur's back opened slightly. Tiny shimmering plant spores floated out. Then a bright beam of light shot up from the bulb. Bulbasaur aimed the beam at Donphan. The solar beam slammed into Donphan, and the Pokemon fainted and collapsed in a heap on the ground.
You've won the first round, Ash, Brock called out.
Ash smiled and hugged Bulbasaur. Angrily, the trainer recalled Donphan and took another Pokeball from his vest. He threw the Pokeball and a Machamp appeared. Ash knew the trainer wasn't playing around. Machamp was a tough fighting Pokemon with a muscular gray body and 4 powerful arms.
Bulbasaur, take a rest.
Ash said. He threw another Pokeball. Squirtle, I choose you! Ash cried. A water Pokemon that looked like a turtle appeared. Squirtle almost looked too cute to defeat Machamp, but Ash knew Squirtle could do it. Machamp flew at Squirtle, aiming punches with all of its arms. Squirtle used its agility to dodge the punches. Squirtle, Bubble Beam! Ash called out. Squirtle opened its mouth and powerful water bubbles shot out and slammed into Machamp. The bubbles were too much for the Machamp and it fainted. Way to go, Squirtle! Ash said. He happily lifted Squirtle into the air. Brock and Misty cheered. That's 2 for you, Ash, Brock called out. The trainer's face was beet red.
Not finished with you yet.
He cried. The trainer threw 3 Pokeballs into the air, and a Pinsir appeared, a large bug Pokemon. Pinsir had 2 curved claws on top of its head that could inflict a ton of damage. A Venomoth appeared. This flying bug Pokemon had a poisonous sting. Not many challengers could recover from its poison attacks. A Golem also appeared. The ground Pokemon looked like a turtle made out of rocks. It was almost impossible to damage in a battle.
These guys are hard to beat,
Brock said.
Ash, what are you gonna do?
The trainer glared at Ash.
Pinsir, Venomoth, Golem.
He called out. Yo, end of chapter 3. Alright, right into chapter 4, guys. A mysterious invitation. Pikachu, I choose you! Ash yelled. Pikachu! Pikachu jumped high in the air. Jagged bolts of lightning exploded from Pikachu's body. Pikachu hurled the lightning at the attacking Pokemon. Pinsir collapsed in a heap. Venomoth plummeted to the ground. Golem crashed into Pinsir and Venomoth, and the battle was over. Yo, and literally the music ended like almost like right on time with that one. That was a good one, Blaze. I'm glad that you were the trainer in that one. Said brown hair. Is this the movie version of the Pokemon theme? Yo, it is indeed, Lieutenant Chaos. It is indeed. We're actually reading the first movie. But yo, Lieutenant Chaos, how's it going? How's your Saturday, homie? Remix of the first 2 Pokemon themes were so great in the first and third movies. Yes, 100%. I have no clue how many times I rewound on my VHSs of these movies just to listen to those songs over and over again. I have a feeling you might have done the same, Blaze. Am I correct?
For which one?
And just like, you know, in the Pokemon movies, like they always have like a remixed version of the theme song in the beginning while Ash battles somebody. And I used to just like rewind just those scenes over and over just to hear the music.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Same for the ending songs as well. Destiny Deoxys had some really good ending themes, I remember.
I will say Pokemon 3 the movie
Ooh.
had that Johto remix.
It was probably the best one. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good.
That Johto remix is too good.
So question, what song we're using for the sad moment? It's called Brother My Brother HD. It's a very emotional song. It plays during a certain point in this movie, and I will be playing it during that point in the book. Did that too. It's pretty amazing. Yo, it really was good though, Harvey. I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's not that it's a bad thing, but like it's nice knowing I'm not the only one, you know, just constantly rewinding these VHS tapes and stuff. Just to hear the songs. Alright, going into chapter 4, guys. I'm going to let's see. We're gonna go over to this song again. I did it! Ash cried. Pikachu jumped into Ash's arms. The trainer recalled his Pokemon and stomped away. Misty shrugged.
He was a weak opponent.
Ash frowned.
Can't you just admit that I'm getting good?
Brock stepped between them.
That opponent did need a little more training,
Brock said.
But Ash, you are getting to be a good trainer. Now let's eat.
The friends sat down and began to eat a feast of sandwiches and Pokemon food. No one noticed the flying Pokemon that soared above them. It was a Fearow. The large bird-like Pokemon had a video camera strapped around its neck. It was sending images of Ash's Pokemon battle to a video screen on an island in the middle of the ocean. Mewtwo's island. Mewtwo watched the images of the battle on the screen. That was the bottom of 21.
Nah, I'm sorry, my thing was buffering.
Oh no, you're good, homie.
This one is strong. a worthy opponent.
Mewtwo gestured with its paw-like hand. A large Pokemon appeared. A Dragonite. Much like this Dragonite that I have here, guys. I do have Dragonite now. my big plush Dragonite from when I was a kid. Alright, I just wanted to throw that in there. Do what?
No!
Yeah, exactly. That's literally the face that he's making. So LJ, want to know a fun fact? I lied about watching, or not watching the movie, watched it years ago. Yo, I had a feeling, HD. I'm like, bro, HD hasn't seen this movie? I feel like he has. Let me charge my mouse real quick, guys. There we go. Dang. There we go. Okay, my bad. Looks like we got some Team Rocket coming up. I'm excited for this. What am I waiting for? It looked like a dragon with a round snout and small wings on its back. Mewtwo slipped in a small flat box into a pouch on the Dragonite's back. The Dragonite flew out of the window and across the ocean. Mewtwo wasn't the only one watching Ash's Pokemon battle. A teenage girl with long red hair and a teenage boy with short dark hair spied on Ash from high on a nearby ledge. Small cat-like Pokemon stood next to them. It was Jesse, James, and their Pokemon Meowth, a trio of Pokemon thieves known as Team Rocket. They were intent on stealing Pikachu. So far, they'd had no luck. James watched Pikachu through a pair of binoculars.
That was a great battle. Pikachu just keeps getting better and better.
We'll get that Pikachu someday,
Jesse said.
Yeah, that's right,
Meowth said.
we don't know the meaning of the words give up.
Oh, I guess this is both of us at the same time. What are they doing?
What are they doing now?
James's stomach grumbled.
They're eating. It looks delicious. I'm so hungry.
Can't catch Pikachu on an empty stomach.
Jessie said. She handed Meowth a frying pan.
Meowth, make us some lunch. But we have no food,
Meowth said.
I can't make lunch out of thin air.
Watch out!
The large Dragonite came speeding down from the sky. Whoosh! Dragonite knocked over Team Rocket. Next, Dragonite swooped down and flew into Ash's picnic area. Dust clouded the air as Dragonite skidded to a stop. Ash gazed in wonder at the large orange Pokemon. Dragonite reached into the pouch on its back and pulled out the small flat box. It handed the box to Ash. The lid of the box flipped open automatically. A round laser disc began to whir. Suddenly, a three-dimensional image of a woman appeared.
Whoa, she's beautiful,
Brock said.
She's a hologram,
Ash said. The hologram began to speak.
This message is for highly promising Pokemon trainers. I invite you to a party hosted by my master, the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. It will be held at the Pokemon Palace on New Island.
The image of the woman disappeared. In its place was a map. The map showed a small island surrounded by ocean. White envelope fluttered out of Dragonite's pouch. The woman appeared again.
There is a ferry waiting at the wharf to take all trainers to New Island, she said. Use the postcard to reply.
Then she disappeared for the last time. Pikachu picked up the invitation and handed it to Ash. It had two boxes printed on it. One for yes and one for no.
I don't get it,
Misty said.
Who sent this?
the world's greatest Pokemon trainer, Ash said. I wonder who he is.
Or she,
Misty pointed out.
I don't care who sent it, Ash said. It feels good to be called a highly promising Pokemon trainer.
And that woman in the hologram was so beautiful, Brock said. He had a dreamy look in his eyes.
We have to go.
Misty took the postcard from Ash.
Okay, then I'll check off yes.
Misty put the postcard back in Dragonite's pouch. They watched the large Pokemon fly away.
This is gonna be great, Ash exclaimed. Let's get to the wharf.
Dragonite flew back up to the sky, past the ledge overlooking Ash and his friends, and right into Team Rocket. Jesse and James pushed on Dragonite's nose.
Hold it right there.
James commanded. Jesse took the invitation from Dragonite's pouch.
A gathering of highly promising Pokemon trainers,
Jesse read.
Think of all the Pokemon that will be there.
James's eyes gleamed.
So many Pokemon to steal.
Meowth! I think we've got a party to crash.
Meowth said. From its island tower, Mewtwo looked out on the calm ocean. It slowly raised its paw and made circles in the air.
Any human to oppose me must be worthy. I must make it so that only the strongest trainer, only the strongest humans will reach New Island.
At Mewtwo's command, the ocean waves began to rise and fall. Dark storm clouds gathered in the sky. Freezing rain poured from the clouds.
Come to me.
Mewtwo thought, pleased at the growing storm he was creating.
Come to me if you can.
Far away, something was brewing in different waters. A Pokemon lay sleeping in a pink bubble at the bottom of a bright pool. The Pokemon stirred. It opened one eye. Said the Pokemon. The pink bubble began to gently float up through the water. The bubble reached the surface and burst, sending Mew flying gracefully into the sky. Mew knew where it had to go. There was a rocky island in the middle of the ocean. Something there needed it. Mew had a job to do. Sounds a bit quiet, but gotcha, Harpy. I think it should still be the same. Blaze, I feel like whenever we were first reading, you were a little bit louder, and on that last chapter, it did just seem like a little bit quiet.
Am I louder now?
Yeah, it did sound louder.
No. So, that's the problem. Alright, cool, no problem. I got it fixed now.
Okay, good. Let's do it. I was gonna say, it did sound quieter, but still, the quality was definitely there still, I mean. Alright, chapter 5. Braving the Storm. Freezing rain pelted Ash as he ran down the wharf with Pikachu in his arms. Misty ran next to him carrying Togepi, and Brock was right behind them. Crack! A bolt of thunder shook the sky. We're not gonna make it! Ash shouted. A building stood at the end of the wharf.
That must be the wharf house,
Brock said.
we're almost there.
Ash struggled against the rain and wind to reach the safety of the shelter. With an exhausted grunt, he pulled open the door. The door opened into a large room with many windows that overlooked the wharf. Ash couldn't believe his eyes. The room was crammed with Pokemon trainers and their Pokemon.
Wow, look, there's a Kingler.
Ash said, pointing to a large crab-like Pokemon with sharp claws. A yellow Pokemon with black lightning bolts on its body sped by.
Cool, an Electabuzz.
A loud voice carried over the clatter in the room. Oh, okay, here we go. This is just a random person.
What do you mean the ferry's not going out?
Ash spun around. A young female police officer named Jenny was blocking the entrance to the ferry dock. Next to her was an older woman in an official-looking blue suit. The voice belonged to a tall, stocky Pokemon trainer with short black hair, who wore a red tank top and yellow shorts. Ash thought he looked like a surfer. Wait, Blaze, is there any specific characters or specific trainers you did want to do the voices for?
I'll just do Fergus, I guess.
Fergus? Oh, okay.
I'm Fergus, one of the greatest Pokemon trainers in the world. I have to get to that island. I have an invitation.
A pretty teenage girl with shoulder-length brown hair stepped up next to Fergus.
He's not the only one. I'm going to that island too. You're not keeping me away either,
Said another trainer. This one was a skinny older boy with messy dark hair.
Me too,
Ash said silently to himself. Officer Jenny held up her hands.
Settle down, everyone. This woman is in charge of the wharf.
The woman in the blue suit stepped forward. My name is Miranda. I know these waters better than anyone, and I can tell you right now that no one is going anywhere. I've seen hurricanes as bad as this. It's as bad as the legendary storm. Ash turned to Brock and Misty.
Legendary? What legend?
Ash, don't you know anything? Misty asked. She's talking about the legend of the storm at the beginning of time.
Brock nodded.
It's an old story. A storm wiped out all life on Earth, except for a few Pokemon. In their sorrow, the remaining Pokemon wept. Their tears rained down on the world and restored the lives lost in that storm. Pokemon tears? That's the craziest story I've ever heard,
Ash said. Little fun fact, that little story that she told was actually written just for the English version. That in the Japanese version, there was none of that. I forget what they said, but it was basically just like, yeah, that storm's bad. Like, that was it.
It was like an evil storm or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't know that at first. One of my friends told me that. I was like, seriously? That's actually really cool. There's something else visually. There's differences too. Like, I think in the US version they use like some 3D animation, like whenever doors open up, whereas in Japanese it's like just standard animation. I don't know, there's a couple differences. I watched it in Japanese once, it was pretty cool. Tonight it's almost time for the first death of Ash. Getting there, HD, getting there. Alright, here we go. Fergus folded his arms defiantly.
A storm doesn't scare me. I can handle it.
Miranda shook her head.
As the guardian of this port, I can't send you off into such danger. I'm sorry, but the ferry will not be crossing, Officer Jenny said firmly.
Ash's heart sank. Going to this island seemed like it could be his most exciting adventure ever. And now it was over before it even began. Ash scanned the faces of the other trainers. Most of them looked disappointed, but some just seemed more determined than ever. Fergus took a Pokeball from his pocket.
No problem for my Pokemon. They're all strong in water. Just watch me cross that ocean.
Fergus hurled the Pokeball past Miranda's head, over the dock and into the water. A Gyarados appeared in a blaze of light. This water Pokemon resembled a giant sea serpent. The appearance of the Gyarados startled Miranda and Jenny. Fergus saw his chance. He sped past them and jumped onto Gyarados' back.
So long,
he yelled as he rode off into the storm.
Wait!
Miranda called after him.
If your Pokemon get injured, there's no way to help them. The Pokemon Center's closed. What do you mean?
Ash asked. Officer Jenny pointed to a poster on the wall. It was Nurse Joy. She and her cousins took care of the injured Pokemon at Pokemon Centers all over the world.
Nurse Joy disappeared 1 week ago,
Officer Jenny explained.
No one knows where she is.
Brock gazed at the poster.
She's so beautiful,
he said dreamily. You know, she looks familiar. Like I've seen her somewhere before. Misty sighed.
Brock, of course you've seen her before. There's a Nurse Joy in every city. They all look the same.
Brock didn't seem to hear. She's so beautiful, he repeated. Suddenly the sound of flapping wings filled the air. Ash looked up. The skinny trainer was flying out of the storm onto a flying Pokemon, a Pidgeotto. The brown-haired girl was also making a break for it. She ran out on the dock and jumped on the back of a Dugong, a white water Pokemon. Officer Jenny ran after them.
Stop, or you're under arrest,
she called out. Miranda put an arm on Officer Jenny's shoulder. There's no way to stop them. They're Pokemon trainers, adventurers. Oh wait, no, this is Miranda's voice. My bad. And it is a Pidgeot. I was wondering about that, Harpy. It is a Pidgeot. It is a Pidgeot, not a Pidgeotto. It is not more.
Actually, in the movie, it's a big Pidgeotto.
Oh really? Oh, I actually didn't know that.
He was like, I flew over here on my Pidgeotto.
So it's like the size of a Pidgeot, but it's actually a Pidgeotto?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Yo, the first movie was just something else. It's just something else. Alright, so Miranda. It's like Miranda put an arm on Officer Jenny's shoulder. There's no way to stop them. They're Pokemon trainers, adventurers. If they were quitters, they wouldn't be here in the first place. Determined, Ash turned to Brock and Misty.
Well, I'm no quitter either.
Ash ran out on the dock. The rain lashed into space. The stormy waves rose and fell against the black sky.
We've got to get to the island,
Ash said.
There's no way,
Brock said.
It isn't safe to make our Pokemon carry us there. You heard what Officer Jenny said. If they're injured, there's no Pokemon Center. It's not right.
Ash stared down at his sneakers.
You're right, Brock. I guess there's nothing we can do.
Oh wait, here we go. Excuse me, sir, but aren't you looking to cross these waters? Ash snapped to attention. A large wooden boat had pulled up to the dock. Two people were rowing the boat. They were dressed like Vikings in furs and hats with horns on them. On the front of the boat was a figurehead of a Viking maiden with braids and a long gown. Ash blinked. The figurehead looked strangely like a cat-like Pokemon.
So you want to ride or not?
Yeah, there we go. Ash eyed the boat suspiciously.
Can this thing really make it?
I have trained in the waters of the Amazon, the Viking said. Rough waters are my specialty. Ash turned to his friends.
Let's do it. It's our only way.
Pika?
Pikachu looked nervous.
It looks dangerous,
Misty said. She held Togepi tightly.
But I really want to go to the island too.
All right then, Brock said. All aboard.
Ash and his team climbed into the boat and sat on the wooden benches. The Vikings used long oars to row the boat. The waves were rough. The boat bounced up and down on the rocking waves.
These are the roughest waters I've ever seen,
Misty remarked. Suddenly, the ship's figurehead spoke.
Yeah, about to get rougher. Look!
A giant wave towered high above them. There was no escaping it. The wave crashed down onto the boat. Salt water stung Ash's eyes. When he opened them, he saw that the water had washed away the Vikings' hats and furs. Surprise! They weren't Vikings at all.
Team Rocket!
Ash cried. He looked at the figurehead.
And Meowth!
Jesse grinned at an evil grin.
That's right, she said. Prepare for trouble.
And to make it double.
There's no time for that, Meowth cried. Another tidal wave's coming.
Ash braced himself as a second wave larger than the first crashed onto the boat. This wave was just too powerful. Ash struggled to hold on, but it was no use. The wave turned the boat upside down, plunging them all into the stormy ocean. And ending chapter 5. Library Jesus, I choose you. Yo, Persona. Time to skip to the future. Wait, you're skipping to the future, HD? Bro, also, I have been forgetting, guys. We have pictures. I thought about that early on, but then I forgot about it. But, I'll try to catch up with the pictures. You got Mewtwo standing there from the beginning. Got Mewtwo destroying the lab. We got the Dragonite. We got Ash's Pokemon battling. I may not have missed too many pictures. Yeah, this is where we're at. Here's Gyarados. They took a picture right at the scene where like the color messes up in the animation and Gyarados' lips turned all blue. And then, yeah, there's like Team Rocket and there's Mew and everything like that. Alrighty. Chapter 6, New Island. Yo, we're actually making really good progress. Ash grabbed Pikachu as the force of the waves sent them deep into the ocean. Ash knew they couldn't survive the rough waters on their own. Reaching for his belt, Ash pulled off of a Pokeball and pushed a button. Squirtle, his water Pokemon, appeared. Ash and Pikachu held onto Squirtle's back. There wasn't much time. His lungs felt like they would burst. Squirtle swam up to the surface. Ash and Pikachu gasped for air. Rain lashed at their faces when Ash struggled to keep his head above water. Misty and Brock's heads were above the water too. They were hanging on to Misty's Starmie, a water Pokemon that looked like a large starfish.
These waters are way too rough,
Ash called out over the roar of the ocean.
We'll have to go underwater,
Misty called back. Ash knew she was right. If they stayed on the rough surface, the waves would keep pounding them. They'd never get anywhere. Ash took a deep breath of air and then dived with Squirtle and Pikachu under the waves. Misty and Brock swam ahead of them. The black waters churned and heaved around them. Squirtle fought against the strong current to swim forward. Ash held on as long as he could, but he needed air. He tapped Squirtle's back. Squirtle nodded and swam back to the surface. Misty's Starmie did the same. What's Brock doing during all this? Oh, Misty and Brock are both on Starmie, never mind. Said cold air filled Ash's lungs. He opened his eyes. All at once, calm water surrounded them. No waves crashed against them and no rain fell from the sky. Ash looked up. He and his friends were inside a wide circle of whirling winds. The sky above them was clear and calm. Full moon shone brightly overhead.
We're in the eye of the storm, Misty said. We're safe for now. But what's next?
Ash said. Pikachu pointed up ahead.
Pika-pee!
A dim yellow light burned through the foggy darkness. It wasn't far away.
That could be coming from New Island,
Ash said excitedly.
There's only one way to find out,
Brock said. He began to swim in the direction of the light. Swimming in the calm water was much easier than swimming in the storm. The light grew brighter and brighter. Soon Ash could make out a long wooden dock jutting out into the water. The light was coming from a lantern. Ash and the others swam closer. Now Ash could see a figure holding the lantern. It was a woman. So I need to go back up to... Here we go, this song now. This is the song that plays when they're at the island, actually. So I remember screaming at the movie the first time we saw it, being mad as a kid because they were wrong. Little me was so upset. Yo, Harpy, there's also, whenever they see the machine that Team Rocket plays Who's That Pokemon, and like they make a mistake, I wonder if that's in the book as well. Which two Pokemon did they confuse, Blaze?
Was it when they were when it was the cloning device?
Yeah. Was it
They didn't
Dugong
say
and
Kabutops,
Alakazam?
did they? It was like Alakazam, and then it like went to like Kabutops or something weird like that. It was like,
Yeah, it was something like that. I know Alakazam, I think is what he said, but it was not an Alakazam. So I guess we'll be listening to see if he still says Alakazam.
I swear it was like a Kabutops on the.
Kabutops sounds
Wonder.
right. I think Dugong's on it, but I think Dugong actually he got right maybe. Said sees the page, where's death? I want to see tears in my eyes. Yo. So this is the scene or the picture here where they're actually getting to the island. This is what the island looks like, guys. New island. New island. This is this lady leading Ash and friends along. Yo, kind of cool. I play Pokemon Go every day. Oh man, I used to sing that all the time to annoy my friends. Ash and the others swam closer. Now Ash could see a figure holding the lantern. It was a woman. The woman from the hologram. Ash climbed up onto the dock and pulled Pikachu and Squirtle up with him. Misty called to Starmie and stood on the dock, cradling a frightened Togepi. Brock stared at the woman holding the lantern. She wore a white box-shaped hat and a long, old-fashioned red dress with puffy sleeve. Red hair hung in long braids down her back.
So you have arrived, the woman said in a soft, dreamy voice. Please show me your invitation.
Ash took the flat box out of his dripping wet knapsack.
You mean this?
The box opened and the hologram appeared.
These trainers have come here by invitation, the hologram said. You may let them in.
Brock couldn't take his eyes off the woman.
I knew you looked familiar. You're Nurse Joy.
Joy?
The woman asked. Brock turned to Ash.
It's Nurse Joy, the one whose poster we saw at the wharf.
Now that you mention it, they do look alike.
Misty said. The woman was confused.
I don't know what you mean. I have lived in this castle ever since my birth.
She turned away.
Please follow me.
Ash and the others followed her down the long dock. New Island was rocky and covered with gray boulders. A tall tower, topped by a windmill, sat in the middle of the island.
That must be the Pokemon Palace,
Ash said.
Some palace,
Misty said.
It looks more like a haunted castle.
Ash thought Misty was right. This place was definitely creepy. The dock led to a tunnel cut into the rock. The woman's lantern barely lit up the dark passageway. Slimy water dripped from the tunnel walls.
What are we getting into?
Misty asked, in a harsh whisper.
I don't know, but we'll find out soon enough,
Ash said. Soon the lantern shone on two large gray doors. Ash jumped back as the doors swung open in front of them. The doors revealed a large, long hall with a huge banquet table filling the entire center of the room. A spiral staircase curved up into the top of the tower. Torches on the walls cast a bright glow. 3 Pokemon trainers sat at the table. Ash recognized them from the wharf.
Now all trainers worthy of an audience with my master have arrived, the woman said.
Only 3?
Misty asked.
But there were so many at the wharf.
Only the trainers capable of braving the storm have proven themselves worthy in my master's eyes, the woman said.
Brock looked thoughtful.
Do you mean the storm was a test?
The woman ignored him.
Let your Pokemon out of their Pokeballs and have a seat. You are the chosen trainers.
I don't think that happened in the movie like that. That's interesting. Wait, which part, Harpy? They are adding in extras to the movie, which I'm actually like really stoked about. I did not expect anything new, honestly. All right, let's go to. Yeah, this is a good one still.
Chosen for what?
Ash asked, but the woman walked out of the room. Ash shrugged.
I guess we'll know soon.
He took a Pokeball from his belt and released his Bulbasaur. Brock released his Vulpix, a reddish-brown fire Pokemon that looked like a fox. Misty released her Psyduck, a yellow water Pokemon that waddled like a duck. They stepped into the hall.
So you made it too,
said one of the trainers. Oh wait, no, this is you, Blaze. I didn't know if it was Fergus or not.
So you made it too,
said one of the trainers. Ash recognized him as Fergus, the trainer who had argued with the Wharf Master. The other trainer spoke up, the skinny one with the messy hair.
I'm Corey. I made it too, he said. A hurricane's a breeze for my Pidgeotto.
Corey pointed to Pidgeotto, who flew over to a group of Pokemon. Corey also had a Venusaur, the most evolved form of Bulbasaur. There was a Hitmonlee, a fighting Pokemon with a powerful kick. Also had a Sandslash, which is a ground Pokemon, a Rhyhorn, which looked like a rhinoceros, and a Scyther, a flying bug Pokemon with sharp, curved claws.
Wow,
Ash said.
That's a nice Pokemon collection.
Fergus interrupted.
What I rode here on my Gyarados. My Pokemon can't be beat.
Ash looked over Fergus's Pokemon. The giant Gyarados floated in a pool with the other water Pokemon. Golduck, the evolved form of Psyduck, Tentacool, a poison water Pokemon, Vaporeon, the evolved water form of a Pokemon called Eevee, and Seadra, a Pokemon that looked like a powerful seahorse. Rounding out the group of water Pokemon was a Nidoqueen, a ground Pokemon with a mean, poisonous sting. The third trainer walked up and shook Ash's hand. She was the brown-haired girl from the wharf.
I'm Nisha, she said. I crossed the storm on my dugong. These are my Pokemon.
Nisha had a puffy pink Wigglytuff, which could sing a mysterious song, a Blastoise, the evolved form of Squirtle, and a Vileplume, a poison grass Pokemon that looked like a mushroom or a flower. She also had some of the world's most beautiful Pokemon, a furry white Ninetales with 9 bushy flowing tails, and a Rapidash, a white horse-like Pokemon with a flaming mane and tail.
That's a great collection too.
Ash was impressed. Inside, he was also a little nervous. Was he gonna have to battle all these trainers? He knew they'd be tough to beat. And what about this world's greatest Pokemon trainer? Could Ash beat him too? He wasn't so sure. The woman from the hologram stepped back into the room.
Sorry to have kept you waiting, she said. The world's greatest Pokemon trainer will now make himself known.
Suddenly, a bright light illuminated a large tube at the end of the room. Blue fluid filled the tube. Pokemon in the room tensed for battle. Pikachu and Togepi hid behind Ash's legs. Ash watched in amazement as a figure floated down the tube. The figure didn't look human at all. It looked like a Pokemon. The Pokemon floated out of the bottom of the tube and landed gently onto the ground. It was a tall, cat-like Pokemon with powerful muscles in its arms and legs, and a long, curved tail.
A Pokemon? It can't be,
the trainers muttered.
Meet the world's strongest Pokemon trainer and the world's strongest, most powerful Pokemon,
The woman announced.
This is Mewtwo.
Dum dum. Dugong D's. So I don't think Brock said she was Nurse Joy immediately. I think he said she looked familiar, and she said she's lived her whole life on the island. Gotcha, Harpy. So they may have actually jumped the gun on that one then. Interesting. Yo, I am wanting to watch the movie again now, just to like really see again the differences. So here's Mewtwo here. It's kind of like when they had the novelization of Itachi's story in Naruto. There was a lot more to the story than they showed in the anime. All right, here we go. Chapter 7. You ready for this, Blaze? We're about to get some good Mewtwo moments here.
Sounds good.
All right, let's see. Let me... All right, I'm just getting the music set for it. Okay, here we go. Yo, Katakuna says, Blaze do a Killer Bee impression.
A Killer Bee impression.
All I can think to say is just like, fool you fool, really.
I'll do a Killer Bee impression a little later. I'm in like YouTube.
Mewtwo mode. I gotcha. I totally feel that though. It's hard to switch up voices back and forth a lot because you get in that mindset.
Like, I could like hear Killer Bee sounding like Samurai from Samurai Jack.
Yo,
I just think it'd be like, Naruto, you gotta get that Naruto flow, you fool, you fool.
Naruto, you gotta get that Naruto flow, you feel.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. I dig it.
Say, fool, you think you got me? Well, I got you.
Yo, I love Killer
Hold
Bee
on,
though.
man.
Killer Bees too.
Line I need to write down.
All right, Chapter 7, Mewtwo's Psychic Power. We're about halfway through, guys, I would say. About halfway.
Mewtwo,
Ash repeated. He stared in awe at the powerful Pokemon. Fergus rose from his chair.
A Pokemon can't be a Pokemon trainer. That's ridiculous. Is that so wrong?
Mewtwo said calmly. As Mewtwo spoke, the woman spoke the same words at the same time. It's like she's under Mewtwo's control, Ash thought, amazed. She's like a puppet. Mewtwo glared at Fergus. Pokemon's eyes glowed with a bright blue light. Mewtwo aimed the light at Fergus. The blue light surrounded Fergus and then lifted the trainer high into the air. The other Pokemon trainers gasped in amazement. Carried by the blue light, Fergus floated higher and higher to the ceiling. Let him down! Ash demanded. Mewtwo whirled his head around. In a flash, the blue light sent Fergus spinning across the room. With a splash, he landed in a pool with his water Pokemon. Fergus stood up.
So, you use psychic power. So you're using psychic power, are you? No problem. Gyarados, attack!
The gigantic Pokemon lifted its long neck from the pool and faced Mewtwo.
Gyarados, Hyper Beam!
Fergus commanded. Gyarados opened its large mouth, and a powerful beam of golden yellow light shot out. The Pokemon aimed the full force of the beam at Mewtwo. Mewtwo calmly held out one hand. It caught the beam and reflected it right back at Gyarados. Slam! The beam collided with the giant sea serpent. Gyarados toppled over and crashed into the pool with a loud splash. A hush filled the room. Mewtwo has defeated one of the most powerful Pokemon in the world, Ash thought. Gyarados couldn't even fight back. Mewtwo looked at the fallen Gyarados with satisfaction. Then it turned and raised a hand behind the woman who had been assisting him.
I have no further need.
Mewtwo said coolly. The woman reeled and then collapsed to the floor in a heap. Brock ran to her side. Her hat slipped to the ground, revealing her full face for the first time.
Nurse Joy, Brock said, it is you.
Nurse Joy glanced around the room with a dazed look in her eyes.
Where am I?
She asked.
What am I doing here?
Mewtwo spoke.
I brought you from the Pokemon Center to help me here. Having someone around who knew Pokemon physiology was very convenient. You've been quiet. You've been quite useful. But you don't remember a thing, do you?
Nurse Joy shook her head. Brock stood up. He looked angry.
What gave you the right to do this to her?
Mewtwo shrugged.
I'm the most powerful creature in the world. I can manipulate humans as I please.
A chill ran down Ash's spine. Mewtwo was the world's most powerful creature he'd ever seen. He wasn't sure what Mewtwo was planning to do. Wasn't sure if he could stop it either. End of chapter 7. So I don't need a tail beast to make you deceased. I'm the strongest guy you'll ever meet. I'll beat you and leave you piled up like a batch of bad meat, fool. Yo, is this actually Killer Bee lyrics? It sounds like it. I mean, or I'm trying to. It's like I'm going through this playlist, but some of the songs I've already listened to. So whenever it gets to that song, it just like starts from where it's at or it skips it. I'm like, how do I like mark this playlist as like unlistened to? So now you made it up. I got you, Katakuna. I actually like it, homie. It sounds like something Killer Bee would say. Alright, we're just gonna go with this one now. Alright, chapter 8, Team Rocket's Discovery. This is one of my favorite parts. This is what we're talking about. This is where James makes that mistake in the actual movie. While Ash and the others faced Mewtwo in the tower, Mew, the legendary Pokemon from the Pink Bubble, reached New Island after journeying from its peaceful home. Curious, Mew flew around the tower. The blades of the windmill slowly moved. Mew stared, fascinated. Smiling, Mew hopped on the moving blades. Mew wasn't the only new visitor to the island. A few minutes earlier, Jesse, James, and Meowth, Team Rocket, had washed up on the shore. James struggled to his feet. Water dripped from his hair.
Team Rocket's made it out again, once again. Now, let's go surprise all those Pokemon trainers and their wonderful Pokemon.
Jesse and Meowth followed James along the rocky coast to the base of the tower. 2 large metal doors marked an entrance. Jesse pulled at the doors.
They're locked, Jesse said. There's no way in.
Yes, there is.
James said. He pointed to a hole above them in the tower wall. Water trickled down from the hole. It looked like some kind of sewer or drainage pipe.
Count me out, Meowth said. I'm no river rat. Quit complaining, Jesse scowled.
Team Rocket scaled the tower wall. Flying behind them, Mew watched like a curious kitten. Mew followed as Jesse, James, and Meowth crawled into the hole. The pipe was wide enough for them to stand up. James took a flashlight from his belt. He led the way as they walked through the dark pipe. Soon, James's flashlight illuminated a ladder on the wall.
This looks like a way in, Jesse said. Let's go.
Team Rocket climbed up the ladder. A round metal plate covered a hole in the ceiling above them. Jesse pushed the heavy plate aside and they hoisted themselves up through the hole. Team Rocket gazed at the dimly lit room. Computers and strange-looking machines lined the walls. Strangest of all was a giant machine in the center of the room. Long conveyor belt led from a hole in the wall into a metal chamber filled with mechanical hands. The metal chamber led into an even bigger chamber that looked like a coiled snail shell. Several tubes filled with blue-green liquid sneaked out of the machine like glass tendrils.
What is this place?
Meowth said. Jesse and James were too stunned to answer. They got closer to the tubes. Inside 3 of the tubes were Pokemon. Sleeping Pokemon.
This one's a Venusaur,
Meowth said.
Here's a Blastoise,
said Jesse. James stood in front of one tube. It held a flying Pokemon that looked like a large lizard.
This one looks like a Charizard.
Jesse backed away from the tubes.
Maybe we should try to find... Whoa!
Jesse stumbled backwards into a computer keyboard. A large computer screen flashed on behind her. James and Meowth gathered around the screen. Mew flew behind them unseen. A strange-looking machine appeared on the screen. It looked like the machine in the room. I'm recording this message from the Pokemon cloning laboratory on New Island, said a voice from the computer. This machine you see was created to make copies of Pokemon. Clones. Picture of the machine faded from the screen. A photo took its place. It looked like an ancient cave drawing. It was a small cat-like Pokemon. Team Rocket had never seen it before. The computer voice continued. For our first copy, we used a fossilized eyebrow from the legendary Pokemon Mew. The eyebrow was discovered deep in the jungles of the Amazon.
What's a Mew?
Meowth wondered.
We used Mew's DNA to create a new Pokemon, Mewtwo. The copy we produced was far from normal.
Mewtwo was too powerful.
Incredibly violent. No one can stop it. We must leave the castle immediately.
Static clouded the picture on the screen, and the screen faded to black.
So this is the laboratory that was destroyed?
Jesse asked.
If it is, then who fixed it?
Asked James. Meowth kicked the computer.
This piece of junk isn't good for... Hey, wait!
Computer screen flashed back on. A whirring sound filled the room as the machine came to life. 2 mechanical hands reached and grabbed Meowth. They dropped the Pokemon onto the conveyor belt. James cried. He leaped onto the conveyor belt and grabbed Meowth. Jesse grabbed onto James. Together they pulled Meowth out of the clutches of the mechanical hands.
Ouch!
Meowth cried. The hands pulled 3 hairs from Meowth's tail.
My hair! Give it back!
Team Rocket whirled around as the voice on the computer continued.
Only a small amount of Pokemon DNA is needed to make a copy,
said the voice. 3 hairs appeared on the computer screen.
Those hairs,
Jesse said.
I think they're Meowths.
The image of the hairs faded away. Now a picture of the Pokemon appeared. A Meowth.
I don't like this one bit,
Meowth grumbled. Another whirring sound filled the room. One of the tubes attached to the machine began to glow brightly. Team Rocket watched as a small Pokemon popped out of the machine and into the tube. Pokemon floated down the tube and rested at the bottom. Jesse, James, and Meowth ran to the tank. A sleeping Meowth floated in the blue-green fluid.
I'm having double vision,
James cried.
It's a copy of Meowth,
Jesse exclaimed. Meowth covered its eyes.
It can't be. I've been cloned.
End of chapter 8. Yo, let's go right into chapter 9. Let's get... Okay, here we go. Chapter 9, The 3 Clone. Or Meowth, that's what I'm saying. Your dog's licking your toe, Katakura, yo! Too cute, too cute. In the room above the lab, Mewtwo faced the trainers and their Pokemon. Corey stepped up to Mewtwo.
You are a Pokemon, he said. You must respect humans.
Mewtwo looked at Corey scornfully.
Humans created me. Some wanted to test me. Another wanted me to serve him. But I will serve no human. I am more powerful than any of you.
So you think Pokemon are better than humans?
Brock asked. Mewtwo shook his head.
Pokemon are no good either. They have allowed humans to rule this world. They have allowed themselves to become servants.
Pikachu ran out from behind Ash.
Pika! Pika! Pika!
Pikachu said excitedly. Mewtwo translated Pikachu's words.
You say you're not a servant. You're with your trainer because you want to be.
Pika Pee!
Pikachu replied. Mewtwo looked thoughtful for a moment. Then its face clouded. It glared at Pikachu.
No. You're wrong. You're weak. if you need to be with humans.
Mewtwo's eyes glowed with blue light. It aimed a psychic blast at Pikachu. The blast sent Pikachu flying backwards, and Ash jumped behind him, stopping its flight. They both crashed into the floor. Misty, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur ran to Ash and Pikachu. Ash slowly sat up. He was stunned, but okay. Pikachu was fine too. Ash staggered to his feet and faced Mewtwo.
You can't do that to my Pikachu!
He cried. Corey was angry too.
If you're a Pokemon, then I can capture you with a Pokemon! He yelled. Go, Rhyhorn!
The powerful Rhyhorn charged at Mewtwo. Ash had seen the strong creature do incredible damage with its massive limbs and its long, sharp horn. Mewtwo stood calmly and faced the charge. It grabbed Rhyhorn's horn in one hand. Then it hurled Rhyhorn backward. The beast crashed into the banquet table and thudded to the floor.
Rhyhorn!
Corey cried. He ran to his Pokemon's side.
It's no use. I was born stronger than any Pokemon on this planet.
There's only one way to find out if that's true,
Ash said.
And you sure you want to find out?
Countered Mewtwo. Ash stood firm.
You bet I do.
Fine.
Mewtwo said. A blue glow surrounded its head. In the laboratory below, Team Rocket watched as the tubes began to glow with blue light. Behind them, Mew watched too. All at once, the sleeping Pokemon clones began to stir. Blastoise was the first to open its eyes. The bottom of the tube opened up and deposited Blastoise onto the floor. Blastoise stood tall. 2 water guns popped out from under its shell. Blastoise, it said in a deep voice. Next, a Charizard popped out of the tube. This Pokemon looked like any ordinary Charizard, with its wings and long flaming tail, but its leathery skin was covered with brown zigzags. The cloned Charizard flapped its wings and shot a blast of fire from its mouth. Blaze, you did say you wanted to do some Charizard sounds, right? Yo, good, perfect. You said, I imagine you two is like Gojo saying, Yoaimo. Yeah, I could see that persona. Yoamushi. Or Yoamushi, which means like a... Well, Yoamushi's more like crybaby, actually. Alright, finally the tube ejected a Venusaur. The huge blue-green beast opened its mouth and let out a mighty roar. Suddenly, the clone Pokemon stopped. Yo, perfect, Blaze, perfect. Venusaur! Said suddenly the clone Pokemon stopped. They turned their heads as if hearing some unseen voice. Then one by one, they stomped through the doors of the lab. Mew watched with interest. Oops, my bad. Yo, Fresh, you're good. Oh, you're good. I was about to say, wait, what happened? It said. The pink Pokemon flew after them and right past Team Rocket. Team Rocket watched the lab doors close.
What just happened here?
Meowth said.
I think those were copies of Pokemon made in the lab,
Jessie said.
And that was a Mew, the legendary Pokemon we saw on the computer screen.
James added.
Should we go after them?
Jessie asked. Meowth answered her.
I think Team Rocket is nice and safe right here.
Upstairs in the main hall, Ash and the trainers watched in amazement as 3 large holes in the floor opened up. One by one, the 3 cloned Pokemon rose to the floor on platforms. The trainers' Pokemon looked at the copies and shrunk back in fear. Oh wait, my bad.
Created and evolved forms of the Pokemon that are sought by any wayward who would-be Pokemon trainer. Blastoise is the evolved form of Squirtle. Venusaur is the evolved form of Bulbasaur. And Charizard is the evolved form of Charmander.
Well, I've got a Venusaur too,
Corey said.
Its name is Brute Root.
With a grunt, Brute Root stepped up to Corey's side.
And don't forget my Blastoise. Shell Shocker,
Nisha said. Shell Shocker stepped up to Nisha, its water guns ready to go. Ash threw a Pokeball.
And it may not have a nickname, but I've got Charizard.
Ash's Charizard appeared in a blaze of light. Charizard took one look at Mewtwo and shot a powerful blast of fire from its mouth right at the Pokemon. Mewtwo didn't move. The flames surrounded Mewtwo, then instantly turned to ice. Icicles clattered harmlessly to the floor. Said Charizard with frustration.
Charizard, I didn't give you any battle commands yet,
Ash said. No matter how hard he tried, Ash couldn't control this Pokemon. Sometimes Charizard obeyed him, but most of the time it didn't. Mewtwo waved its hand. The wall behind him dissolved to reveal a huge Pokemon gym outside the hall. The gym filled a huge open courtyard in the center of the Pokemon Palace. Electric lights illuminated the battle lines on the gym floor.
Enough games.
Mewtwo said with a snarl.
Let's see what your Pokemon can do.
Yeah. Who wins Ultra Gaia and Common Rider Den-O versus Mewtwo and Gojo? I don't know. Gojo's actually busted HD. I don't even fully know what Gojo's capable of, but he's OP for sure. Shell Shaka and Brutzy. Yeah, I feel like Brute Root's my favorite. It's just I don't know. It has a nice ring to it. All right, chapter 10, guys. The first battle. All right, this should be. What music would this? This would be like this, I believe. There we go. Mewtwo and the clone Pokemon Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard lined up at one end of the gym. At the other end, Corey stood next to Brute Root, his Venusaur. Nisha stood next to Shell Shocker, her Blastoise, and Ash stood next to his Charizard. Misty, Brock, and the others watched from the sidelines.
So, who will be my first opponent?
Mewtwo asked. Corey stepped forward.
I was overconfident before, Corey admitted, but this time I'm ready. Brute Root, go!
Brute Root stomped to the center of the gym. Mewtwo's clone Venusaur stomped out and faced it.
Brute Root, Razor Leaf!
Umio commanded. Bro, yo, are you seeing this, Blaze?
Yeah.
Umio commanded? Is that the actual, is that Corey's name in the Japanese version? And it's somehow translated weird?
Yeah, I think it translated wrong.
That's nuts though. So did that mean that they actually took? That can't be right.
Umio is definitely the Japanese name because yeah, that's crazy. So I think what happened was they were translating and some of the names were skipped.
Yeah, I guess because I would have thought that they just watched the English movie and then wrote a story based off of it. Like that's what Tracy West did with the TV show, but that makes me wonder if they actually took a Japanese novelization of the movie and translated based off of that.
That would make sense.
Which could make sense because we are getting extra information. So I could see in the Japanese version they may have added extra information in them. So I normally have a Venusaur, have Brute Root. A perfect name for it. I've done it with Shell Shocker before. Probably with Brute Root at least once, but definitely with Shell Shocker. Said Den-O can travel through in Gaia acceleration before Gojo can send him to the domain. I don't know. Gojo's busted, dude. That's a tough one. What are you about to say though, Blaze?
Oh no, I was just waiting for Brute Root to attack.
Oh, I got you. Yo, here it goes.
Brute Root, Razor Leaf!
Umio commanded. The giant green leaves attached to Brute Root's back spun off and whipped around in the air. They flew at the cloned Venusaur with tremendous force.
Venusaur, Vine Whip.
Mewtwo ordered. Two thick green vibes shot out from the plant bulb on top of the cloned Venusaur's back. The vines pushed the attacking leaves out of the way. Then they reached out and surrounded Corey's Brute Root. Brute Root struggled to break the grip of the vines. They were just too strong. Mewtwo's Venusaur used the vines to throw Brute Root across the gym. It hit the wall with a sickening thud.
There is no way you can win. I have engineered these Pokemon so that their special attacks are more powerful than those of ordinary Pokemon.
We'll see about that, she said. Go, Blastoise!
Mewtwo pointed to its clone Blastoise. The creatures thumped out into the center of the gym and faced each other.
Shell Shocker, Hydro Pump!
Sweet ordered? Is her name Sweet? In Japanese? We got Umio and we got Sweet.
That's funny.
Wonder what Fergus's name is. Forceful blasts of water shot from the water cannons on Nisha's Blastoise. Before the blast could do any damage, Mewtwo called out.
Gold Bash.
Mewtwo's Blastoise began to spin around like a giant wheel. The clone Blastoise spun faster and faster, and it tore through the water blast with ease. Then Mewtwo's Blastoise collided with Shell Shocker, sending it sprawling into the ground.
2 down, Ash said, more determined than ever. And 1 to go! Charizard, go!
Ash called out.
Be careful, Ash!
Misty warned.
Mewtwo's Pokemon's attacks are powerful! Power won't get you anywhere without speed,
Ash said, "Charizard, use your speed attacks!" Ash felt hopeful as his Charizard obeyed him for once and flew into the air. Mewtwo's Charizard followed. Ash's Charizard aimed a Fire Blast from its mouth. Mewtwo's Charizard quickly dodged the blast. With a roar, Ash's Charizard aimed another blast. Mewtwo's Charizard dodged it once again. The two Charizards seemed to dance in the air. As soon as one would attack, the other would evade it. Higher and higher they flew until finally they took their battle above the clouds. Ash peered up at the dark sky. It was impossible to tell who was winning. In fact, neither was. Weakened, the two Pokemon began to descend. Now they were slamming into each other in midair. The two Charizard collided forcefully one last time. They spiraled back down to the gym floor. Mewtwo's Charizard landed on top of Ash's Charizard as they slammed onto the gym floor. This impact was too much for Ash's Charizard. Lay on the floor stunned. Ash ran up to it to make sure it was alright. Mewtwo's Charizard flapped its wings and roared proudly.
It looks like your speed isn't good enough either.
Mewtwo crowed.
As the winner, I now claim my prize. Your Pokemon.
Hey, wait! You can't do that! Ash shouted. Mewtwo ignored him and raised its arms. 3 Pokeballs appeared in the air. Didn't even look like Pokeballs Ash had ever seen before. They were black and silver. At Mewtwo's silent command, the Pokeballs flew across the gym. First Pokeball hovered over Corey's fallen Venusaur. In an instant, Brute Root was captured by a beam of light. Second Pokeball flew to Nisha's Blastoise. In an instant, Shell Shocker was gone. No! Ash cried. He frantically reached for the third Pokeball, but he was too late. A beam of red light shot out and captured the Charizard. 3 Pokeballs swiftly flew out of the gym. Mewtwo raised its arms again. Instantly, the gym was filled with silver and black Pokeballs. Misty held Togepi's tightly. "You're not going to steal our Pokemon!" she cried.
Deal?
Mewtwo snickered.
No. I'm just going to use them to make stronger copies that are worthy of me.
But that's against the rules.
Ash protested.
This is my world now. I make my own rules.
Mewtwo said firmly. A blast of blue light shot from Mewtwo's eyes. The blast sent Ash flying through the gym. He thudded onto the floor. There was no stopping Mewtwo. With the wave of Mewtwo's arms, the Pokeballs flew through the air. At first, Pokemon tried to fight them. Fergus's Gyarados snapped at the Pokeballs with its sharp teeth. Zap! Gyarados was captured. Of course, Pidgeotto flew right at the balls, poised to attack. Zap! Pidgeotto was captured. Nisha's Dugong tried to headbutt the Pokeballs as they flew at it. But Zap! Dugong was captured as well. One by one, the Pokemon in the room were captured by Mewtwo's Pokeballs. Weakened by Mewtwo's attack, Ash slowly stood up. He frantically searched the gym for his Pokemon. In one corner, he spotted Squirtle and Bulbasaur putting up a brave fight. Squirtle was repelling the Pokeballs with sharp blasts of water squirted from its mouth. Bulbasaur was hitting the Pokeballs with its spines that lashed from the plant bulb on its back. Suddenly, Ash had an idea. "I've got it!" He took 2 Pokeballs from his belt. "Squirtle, Bulbasaur! Everyone, get back in your Pokeballs!" Red light shot from Ash's Pokeballs and safely captured Squirtle and Bulbasaur. Mewtwo sneered.
It's no use,
He said. 2 silver and black Pokeballs flew next to Ash. Zap! They captured the Pokeballs that held Squirtle and Bulbasaur. Brock ran up to Ash. He carried his Vulpix in his arms. "It's not gonna work, Ash," Brock said. "We've got to run for it." Ash nodded. Brock and Vulpix took off after Misty, who held Togepi tightly in her arms. Psyduck waddled after them. Together they ran to the entrance doors of the tower, but they just weren't fast enough. Zap! "Vulpix!" Brock cried. Zap! "Oh no, my Psyduck!" Misty yelled. Ash watched helplessly as his friend's Pokemon were captured. Then he whirled around in a panic. Where was Pikachu? Pika! Pikachu was running swiftly across the gym. A swarm of Mewtwo's Pokeballs followed it. "Pikachu, I'm coming!" Ash ran after his Pokemon. Pikachu ran through the gym and back into the main hall. It charged up the spiral staircase that rose to the highest point in the tower. Pikachu ran up to the staircase. Silver and black Pokeballs gained on it. Soon they would be close enough to capture it. Pikachu! Pikachu shot a blast of electricity at the Pokeballs as it ran. The blast worked for a second. In an instant, the Pokeballs were back in pursuit. Pikachu! Pikachu shot off another blast. The blast repelled the Pokeballs, but soon they were right on the back of Pikachu's trail. Ash was gaining on Pikachu. "Hang on, Pikachu, I'm almost there!" Suddenly, Ash lost his balance. His feet slipped out from under him. Ash flew off the staircase. Frantic, he grabbed its railing. It dangled hundreds of feet from the floor. When Ash looked up, Mewtwo's Pokeballs crowded around Pikachu. Ash knew there was nothing he could do. Pikachu was going to be captured. End of chapter 10. Yo, getting really close to the end here, guys. Thankfully, because I'm starting to feel my starting to feel like I'm getting to my limit, guys.
Sleepy GB has arrived.
Oh, maybe not Sleepy GB, just been reading a lot, GB.
I mean, we could always leave him on a cliffhanger.
We could. I mean, we got, let's see, 11, 12, 13. We got 4 more chapters left. We got this. All right, I'm gonna drink a little bit of water though.
I just drank some water myself.
Perfect. We're about to have, like, see, that's the thing. The best part of this is gonna be the very end. Like, we're gonna be getting to, like, some really good dialogue here, so it'll give me an energy boost. All right, here we go. Chapter 11, the clones are created. All right, here we go. Making sure the music's Gucci. And Pikachu ran higher and higher up the staircase, dodging Mewtwo's Pokeballs at the same time. Pikachu dodged to the left, to the right, then suddenly it lost its balance. Pikachu plummeted to the floor. No! Ash cried. Pikachu whizzed by him. Ash let go of the railing. Ash reached out and tried to grab Pikachu as he fell. He just had to save Pikachu somehow. Mewtwo's Pokeballs dove after Pikachu. Zap! A silver and black Pokeball captured Pikachu in midair. Ash grabbed the Pokeball in one hand. A split second later, he landed in a pool below. Ash swam to the water's surface, clutched the ball that held Pikachu. "I've got you!" he cried triumphantly. The ball jerked out of Ash's hands and flew away. "Not again!" Ash cried. He charged after the ball, which flew into a hole in the floor of the hall. Ash dove through the hole into the pitch blackness, landed with a thud on a conveyor belt that ran through a dark tunnel. Ash crawled along the conveyor belt. The ball that had held Pikachu was just ahead. He had to reach that Pokeball. The tunnel opened up into a large laboratory of some kind. Up ahead, the conveyor belt led to a large machine. A machine that looked like a giant snail shell. The conveyor belt took Pikachu's Pokeball into a metal chamber. Ash scrambled into the chamber. Metal hands were clutching the ball. Ash tried to pry the hands away from the ball, but more metal hands pulled at his hair and his clothes. They wouldn't let go of the Pokeball. "I won't let you down, Pikachu!" Ash cried. With all his might, Ash pulled at the Pokeball, flew backward as the mechanical hands released the ball. Ash crashed to the floor, the Pokeball clattered next to him and opened. There was a blaze of light, and Pikachu was standing in front of him. "Pika! Pikachu, you're all right!" Ash hugged the Pokemon. Ash and Pikachu? Ash looked up. Team Rocket was staring at them. They looked a little dazed. Ash rose to his feet and looked around the lab. "What's going on here?" he asked Team Rocket. Jesse pointed to the computer screen. "Just look." An image of Pikachu flashed on the computer screen, and a copy of the Pokemon appeared in one of the tubes, floated down in the blue-green fluid. "So this is how Mewtwo's making his copies," Ash said.
It's happening to all the Pokeballs.
Silver and black Pokeballs lined the conveyor belt. As each Pokeball entered the metal chamber, an image of a Pokemon flashed on the computer screen. Then a copy of the Pokemon appeared in one of the tubes. Here we go. Ash looked in terror at the tubes. They were filled with sleeping copies of the Pokemon. A Gyarados, a Dugong, a Pidgeotto, even a Pikachu. Suddenly the conveyor belt stopped. The machine split, or spit the silver and black Pokeballs out onto the floor of the lab. The Pokemon in the tubes opened their eyes. "The copies are awake!" Ash cried. The bottoms of the tubes opened up, depositing the cloned Pokemon onto the floor of the lab. The creatures looked like they were under a spell. Slowly they turned and walked. Stomp slid and flew out of the lab. "Mewtwo's done it," Ash said. "He's copied all of our Pokemon." Come on, bad, there we go. Chapter 12, Ash takes a stand. As the clone Pokemon thumped out of the lab, the vibration sent the pile of silver and black Pokeballs crashing to the ground. Pokeballs opened, releasing the original Pokemon. "Squirtle!" Squirtle appeared and hugged Ash. Oh wait, this is Ash saying, never mind. "Squirtle! Bulbasaur!" Bulbasaur stomped over to Ash and frowned.
It's alright, Bulbasaur, Ash said. You're okay now.
Okay.
James whined.
There's nothing okay about all those copies running around.
Pokemon gathered around Ash. He stood tall.
We won't let Mewtwo and the clones take over the world, Ash said firmly. No matter what it takes.
Ash led the Pokemon out of the lab.
Fine then, Jesse said.
Good luck, Ash. We'll just wait here.
The gym above them, Mewtwo and his Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard faced Misty, Brock, Nurse Joy, and the other trainers. Mewtwo waved its arms. 2 doors opened on either side of the gym. Outside, the storm still raged.
Humans, I will spare your lives. Now return, if you can brave the storm.
We're not going anywhere,
Misty said.
Why are you doing this? Why do you want to make copies of all of our Pokemon?
Ordinary Pokemon are too weak. They live to serve humans. I must create cloned Pokemon like myself. Superior Pokemon that don't depend on humans. Together, we will eliminate humans and Pokemon and inherit the world.
Brock glared angrily at Mewtwo.
We won't let you get away with this.
As you wish. Let's see if you can stop me and my powerful Pokemon copies.
Behind Mewtwo, the stone floor exploded in a shower of dust and smoke. Through the smoke came the cloned Pokemon. The trainers gasped in horror. These Pokemon were identical to their own Pokemon, but there was something about them. Something stronger, something meaner. Pokemon gathered behind Mewtwo. Mewtwo looked like a general commanding an army.
We are ready now. Ready to take control of our planet.
Not so fast, Mewtwo.
Ash stepped out of the dust and smoke. Pikachu, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur walked at his side. Behind them, they were all the original Pokemon. I think there's a specific track for this one. Let me see. Maybe this one? Nope. Oh. We'll just go with this one. We'll go with this one. So I know it doesn't pay well, but you would have made a great teacher. Yo, I take that as a compliment, Freshie. I actually thought about being a teacher for a long time. But yeah, the pay could be a little bit higher. They deserve higher pay. Alright. Pikachu, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur walked at his side. Behind them were all of the original Pokemon.
Ash!
Misty and Brock cried together. Ash faced Mewtwo.
I won't let you do this,
He said defiantly.
So, you let them out. A minor inconvenience.
Ash ran straight at Mewtwo.
I'll battle you myself,
He cried. Ash aimed a powerful punch at Mewtwo's body. The glowing blue light surrounded Mewtwo and the light protected him. The punch never made contact.
Ash, stop!
Misty called out. Ash wouldn't listen. He charged at Mewtwo again. The shield of blue light shone brighter. Ash hit the shield. The shield threw Ash back up and into the air. Ash hurled backwards towards a stone ledge high on the tower wall.
Pika!
Pikachu covered its eyes. Ash braced for the impact. Instead of a hard stone, he hit something soft.
Huh?
Ash looked down. He'd been saved. Saved by a giant pink bubble. A small cat-like Pokemon floated in the air in front of him. The Pokemon smiled. It said. Ash trying to give Mewtwo the hands will never get old. Bro, it literally, the book said it came at Mewtwo with a powerful punch. Now, how much power did Ash really have behind that punch?
Listen, Ash be picking up Pokemon that shouldn't be able to be picked up.
That's what I'm saying.
So he's swinging with the force.
He's Burf. He's definitely Burf.
He's the birth kid. That's the birth boy.
Yeah. What is it? It's Brock's cooking. Brock's cooking is making him that tough.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we got chapter 13, Mew, the penultimate chapter. Mew giggled and popped the bubble supporting Ash. Ash fell safely onto the stone ledge. Down below, Mewtwo glared up at them.
It's you.
Mewtwo growled. The smaller Pokemon replied.
What is it?
Ash called down.
It is Mew, the legendary Pokemon. supposedly the only one of its kind on Earth, and the most powerful Pokemon alive.
Mew gently floated in the air. It said. Ash knew it was talking to Mewtwo. Mewtwo listened and then grew angry.
But I'm the most powerful Pokemon.
Mewtwo protested.
I may have been made from your DNA, but I am the stronger one.
Mew? And Mewtwo?
Ash said.
I get it. Mewtwo is a clone of Mew.
Mewtwo's eyes flashed angrily.
We will soon find out who is stronger. I will battle you.
Mew giggled. Another large pink bubble appeared in the air. Mew happily bounced out of the bubble, ignoring Mewtwo. Mewtwo grew furious. It raised its hand. Glowing black ball of psychic energy appeared. Silver sparks shot from the energy ball. Mewtwo hurled the energy ball at Mew, bursting the pink bubble. Mew somersaulted into the air, but Mew only laughed. Mewtwo raised its arms again. Another energy ball zapped to life. Mewtwo hurled the ball at Mew, but Mew dodged the ball, laughing playfully. That made Mewtwo even angrier. Whoosh! Mewtwo hurled another psychic energy ball, and another, and another. Mew dodged them all. Mew was so small, Ash thought, but Mewtwo is so powerless against it so far. Mewtwo flew into the air and lunged at Mew. It couldn't catch Mew. The smaller Pokemon refused to fight. It zigged and zagged around Mewtwo, avoiding Mew's attacks.
Why won't you fight? Are you afraid to battle me?
Mew just laughed. Raging now, Mewtwo hurled another energy ball at close range. This one hit its target. The ball slammed into Mew, sending the Pokemon flying into the clouds. For a second, the room was quiet. Mewtwo floated back to the ground. It stood at the head of the gym with a look of triumph on its face. And a sound like a small airplane filled the gym. Flaming ball of fire came hurtling down from the sky, and Mew flew behind it. Mew! Reflected the energy ball back at Mewtwo! Ash exclaimed. The energy ball shot right at Mewtwo. Quickly, the Pokemon protected itself with a large blue bubble. Mew floated in the air in front of Mewtwo.
So you do have a little fight in you.
Mewtwo said.
Now we'll decide which one of us is stronger. My powerful copies or your pitiful Pokemon. The future of the world is at stake. Who will rule? My race's superior Pokemon with me as their king, or your spineless Pokemon with their heartless masters?
Mew began to talk to Mewtwo. Jesse, James, and Meowth popped out of a hole in the floor. Meowth listened with interest to what Mew was saying.
What did it say?
James asked.
Mew says it's not a fair fight because the copies have stronger special powers than the real Pokemon.
Meowth translated.
But Mew says if the Pokemon fight hand to hand without using any special attacks, the real ones won't lose to the copies. A real Pokemon's strength comes from the heart.
But how can Mewtwo and Mew stop the Pokemon from using their special attacks? Jesse asked. Meowth listened.
And Mew says that it and Mewtwo will use their psychic powers to control the Pokemon during the battle. They'll make sure the Pokemon don't use any special attacks.
On the gym floor, Mewtwo stood tall.
You think you're better than us because you came first.
It told Mew.
But we are better because we are stronger. We can defeat you even without our special attacks.
Mewtwo opened up its arms wide. The clone Pokemon lined up behind it, ready to battle. We'll see which of us is better, Mewtwo said. Let the battle begin. Oh wait, my bad. I just read right past that part.
We'll see which one of us is better. Let the battle begin.
End of chapter 13. Okay, so there actually is 16 chapters. I completely miscounted. But we are very, very close to the end here, guys. Chapter 14, Fight to the Finish. Also, we got Llama coming in. What's good, Llama? What's good, homie? Yo, dope stream earlier, dude. Dope stream. Getting them dub skis. A terrible cry filled the air as the two Pokemon teams rushed at each other in the center of the gym. Ash watched the battle from his perch high on the stone ledge. Two Blastoise faced off, matching each other punch for punch. They fought so intensely that they leaned back into a corner. Wait, this is
Yeah, this is where the song comes in.
Okay, sweet. Okay, here we go, guys.
They're gonna be sad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I have the sad music for after this part too. Actually, I have all the sad stuff.
Right, sounds good.
All right, here we go. A terrible cry filled the air as the two Pokemon teams rushed at each other in the center of the gym. Ash watched the battle from his perch high on the stone ledge. The two Blastoise faced off, matching each other, punch for punch. They fought so intensely that they backed into a corner. Two Charizard went to head, each trying to make the other fight, or to back off first. The two Bulbasaur roared and fiercely butted heads. Two Nidoqueen stabbed each other with their sharp nose horn. Two Hitmonlee aimed kicks at each other with their powerful legs. With its fangs bared, Mewtwo's Gyarados bit at the long neck of Fergus's Gyarados. Ash looked for his Pokemon. Squirtle! Bulbasaur, be careful! He called out. Down below, Ash's Squirtle wrestled with the clone Squirtle on the floor. The two Bulbasaur fiercely slammed into each other. Two Scythers dueled with their sharp, curved claws. Even Misty's Psyduck entered the battle. It and Mewtwo's Psyduck exchanged slaps. Mew floated above the fray, protected by its pink bubble. Mewtwo held out its arms, and its shimmering blue bubble surrounded it. The bubbles flew high into the sky. Sparks of psychic energy crackled in the air. The bubbles charged at each other with full force. They slammed together in the air, and then flew apart, ready for the next attack. Ash looked down on the scene, a sick feeling in his stomach.
Where's Pikachu in all of this?
Ash wondered.
I hope it's okay.
Down below, Pikachu was running towards the ledge.
Pikachu!
The Pokemon called to Ash. Ash spotted it. Hang on, Pikachu! He called out. Suddenly, Pikachu stopped in its tracks. Something was blocking its path. It was the clone Pikachu. Clone Pikachu glared angrily at Ash's Pikachu. Electric sparks flew from its face.
Pikachu!
Mewtwo's Pikachu said angrily. It wanted to fight. Ash's Pikachu shook its head.
Pika Pika!
Ash watched his Pikachu from high on the ledge. He understood what Pikachu meant. Pikachu didn't want to fight its clone. Ash began to panic.
I have to help Pikachu. If it won't fight, its clone will destroy it.
He looked for a way to get down. The wall of the tower was dotted with the other stone ledges. If he could climb from one to another, he might be able to make it down. The stone between the ledges was smooth. There's almost nothing to grab onto.
Pika!
A cry of pain floated into the ledge. Ash looked down. The clone Pikachu delivered a powerful punch to Ash's Pikachu. I'm coming, Pikachu! Ash cried. He took a deep breath and began to back down from the ledge. Searched for a foothold in the smooth wall. A small piece of rock jutted out. Ash stepped gingerly on the rock. Crack! His weight was too much for the foothold, and Ash slid down the tower wall, tumbling onto the small ledge below. His head hit the rock with a thud. Down below, the battling Pokemon exchanged blow after blow. Two Pidgeotto pecked at each other with their beaks. Two Ninetales pawed at each other's faces. All of the battling Pokemon looked exhausted. From the sidelines, Nurse Joy looked on the creatures with pity.
What's the point of this battle?
She said.
It doesn't matter which Pokemon are better or stronger. They're all alive.
This part had the feels. Yo, it did coast. It did. It really, truly did. Brock nodded.
They're too evenly matched. They'll never be able to beat each other.
Misty looked at the battle sadly. Togepi peeked out from its safe place in Misty's backpack.
This is terrible.
Misty said.
There won't be any winners in this battle. Only losers. All this proves is that fighting is wrong.
Let me move to this song now. On the other side of the gym, Team Rocket watched the fight.
I was prepared for trouble, but not for this.
Make that double for me. It's so awful.
Jessie said.
They're all just hurting each other.
The clone Meowth walked up to Team Rocket and faced Meowth.
It's you,
Meowth said.
What do you want?
The clone Meowth raised its paws. Its sharp claws popped out. Meowth bared its claws too, then it stopped.
I can't fight you,
Meowth said.
It'd be like fighting myself.
The clone Meowth frowned.
You say you don't want to fight either?
Meowth said. The clone Meowth nodded. It sighed and then gazed up at the sky. A full moon shone down on the gym. said the clone Meowth. Meowth smiled.
You say the full moon is beautiful tonight? I think so too.
Meowth put a paw around its clone.
We have a lot in common. You got great taste.
A brief moment of peace didn't last long. In the air above them, the battle between Mew and Mewtwo was heating up. Ash groaned and opened his eyes. The air sparkled with psychic electricity. Mew in its pink bubble and Mewtwo in its blue bubble. While whizzing through the air, colliding again and again, each time was more forceful than the last. Ash watched as Mew and Mewtwo took their battle up to the top of the tower, into the clouds above, and then he remembered.
Pikachu!
He cried. Down below, the clone Pikachu was delivering the final blow to Pikachu's face.
Pika-Pee!
The clone Pokemon said angrily. It wanted Pikachu to fight back.
Pika-Pika!
Ash's Pikachu answered sadly. It wouldn't fight, no matter how badly it was hurt.
That's enough!
Ash yelled at the clone Pikachu.
Stop it! Stop the fight!
Brock heard Ash's cry.
It's no use.
He called up to Ash.
The battle will go on as long as Mew and Mewtwo continue fighting.
But why?
Misty asked. Nurse Joy answered her.
It's the nature of all Pokemon.
She explained.
They will fight until they beat their opponent. They won't give up.
Ash had to get down. He began to climb back down the wall. The stretch was a little easier. Found a strong foothold and made his way to the next ledge. Ash looked down. Was it far from the gym floor now?
Pikachu, hang on!
Ash scrambled to the next ledge. He was about 10 feet from the floor below. He looked around. There were no more footholds, no more ledges. There was only one way down.
I'm coming!
Ash jumped from the ledge and tumbled onto the gym floor and ran to Pikachu's side. The clone Pikachu was exhausted. Took one final swing at Ash's Pikachu and collapsed. Ash's Pikachu caught the exhausted clone in his arm. Ash hugged his Pikachu.
Pikachu, I'm so sorry.
Terrible screams and roars filled the gym. All around them, Pokemon were collapsing. They were tired and beaten. They had barely enough energy to stand, and they wouldn't give up the battle.
This has got to stop,
Ash cried.
We have to stop this!
Suddenly, Mew and Mewtwo swooped down from the sky in their bubbles, the bubbles crashing onto the gym floor. Mew floated onto one side of the gym. Instead of a pink bubble, it was surrounded by angry pink flames. Mewtwo faced Mew. Angry blue flames surrounded Mewtwo. Mew's pink flames began to glow. A powerful psychic charge of white light burst from its body. Mewtwo's blue flames began to glow, and a powerful psychic charge of white light burst from its body. Ash couldn't stand it anymore. There'd been enough destruction. The battle had to stop.
Stop!
Ash cried,
No more!
Ash ran to the middle of the gym floor. The white blasts came at him from either side. The blasts collided, causing a huge explosion of white light, and Ash was trapped in the middle. The white light dissolved. For a split second, Ash hung in midair, his body glowing. Then he fell. Ash's body lay motionless on the gym floor. Yo, this is the part that gets sad. Final chapter. Exclamation cry persona? Yo, exactly. Alright, chapter 15, Pokemon Tears.
Fool. Human being tried to stop our battle.
Pikachu rushed up to Ash. Ash wasn't moving.
Pikachu!
Pikachu cried. It had to bring him back to life. Electric shocks flew from its body and into Ash's body. But Ash didn't move.
What is it doing?
Misty whispered.
Pikachu's trying to revive Ash with its electric power.
Brock explained.
Pikachu!
Pikachu shocked Ash again, but nothing happened.
Pikachu!
Still nothing. A hush fell across the room.
Oh no,
Misty sobbed.
not Ash.
Pikachu began to cry.
Pika.
Tears flowed down its red cheeks. And then the strangest thing happened. Around the room, the other Pokemon, even those who'd been battling, all began to cry for Ash. Both Squirtle, the clone and the real Squirtle, cried for Ash. The clone Bulbasaur and the real Bulbasaur cried. Ash's Charizard cried for its fallen master. The clone Charizard sobbed along with it. Even the two fierce Gyarados cried for Ash. Pokemon's tears shimmered like crystals in the dark gym. Tears floated in the air, illuminating the gym with their twinkling lights. This is depressing. I feel my soulless heart tearing up. Yo, HD. I may end up tearing up a little bit. We'll see. Squirtle tears join with Bulbasaur tears. Charizard tears join with Venusaur tears. And Gyarados tears join with Dugong tears. All the Pokemon cried and cried. Their glimmering tears joined together with Pikachu's tears. Suddenly, the tears began to form a shivering spiral. A tornado of tears surrounded Ash, and then disappeared as if by magic into Ash's body. Ash's body glowed with soft white light. In the sky above, the storm clouds cleared, and a ray of morning sunshine shone on the gym and lit Ash's still form. Pikachu watched Ash, hopefully. Ash blinked.
Pika?
Pikachu held its breath. Ash sat up. He was all right.
Pikachu!
Ash cried. Pikachu ran into his arms. The Pokemon smiled and cheered.
Ash!
Misty cried out. She and Brock ran to their friend.
It was amazing! The Pokemon tears revived you!
Brock said. Ash looked around the gym. Pokemon looked happy now. Clone Pokemon and real Pokemon smiled at one another.
Does this mean the battle's over?
Ash asked. He looked at Mewtwo. A single silver tear fell from the Pokemon's eye. Mew faced Mewtwo. Mewtwo hung its head.
I understand now. It was the tears of the Pokemon. Jet showed me that Pokemon can create life and save lives. Not just destroy them. I was wrong to create Pokemon just for the purpose of destroying others. I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with that life that determines who you are.
Don't forget, Ash.
Misty said.
He risked his life to save the Pokemon.
Mewtwo nodded.
It's possible for all humans and Pokemon to live together in peace and harmony. I know that now.
Mewtwo faced Ash.
You sacrificed yourself to save the Pokemon. Until I met you, I thought all humans were evil. Thank you for showing me that I was wrong.
No problem.
Ash said. Mew said happily. Mew and Mewtwo flew into the air. A bright white light filled the room. Slowly, the clone Pokemon floated up into the air, and psychic energy sparkled around them. Ash watched the sight in amazement. The giant Gyarados floated, or the giant Gyarados clone floated in the air as if though it were light as a feather. The huge Venusaur clone smiled in wonder as the psychic energy lifted it higher and higher. Ash's Pikachu waved at the Pikachu clone, and all of the clone Pokemon looked happily at Mewtwo.
Where are they all going?
Ash asked.
We'll find somewhere on this earth where we can live peacefully. Somewhere new.
The bright light in the gym grew even brighter as Mew and Mewtwo flew up through the top of the tower and into the blue sky. The clone Pokemon rose next. Mewtwo looked down at the humans and their Pokemon.
I will always remember what happened here. But it might be better if no one were to know about it. I will use my psychic powers to erase the memory of everyone here. I will return them to the last place they were before they came to the island. They won't remember what happened.
Suddenly, Ash felt an odd tingling in his body. He felt strangely light. Ash looked at Pikachu. His Pokemon was floating in the air. Ash looked down at his own feet, and he was floating too. Ash was stunned. They were all floating. Misty and Togepi, Brock, Nurse Joy, Corey, Fergus, and Nisha, all their Pokemon were floating too. What's happening? Ash shouted. Ash closed his eyes as the white light grew brighter and brighter. Then his mind went blank. Chapter 16. The final chapter. A new beginning.
Where am I?
Ash asked groggily. Ash looked around. He was standing in a wharf house with Misty, Brock, Pikachu, and Togepi. The house was filled with Pokemon trainers and their Pokemon. A storm was raging across the ocean outside. Officer Jenny was addressing the crowd.
The storm is too bad. Now boats will leave the dock. Please leave the wharf and find safe shelter,
she said. Nurse Joy stepped out of the crowd.
We can open the Pokemon Center as shelter,
she said. Isn't she beautiful? Brock sighed. Ash was confused.
I still don't get it. What are we doing here?
Misty shrugged.
We're here because we're here, I guess.
She looked confused too. Mewtwo had returned them all to the wharf and erased the memory of everyone there. The Pokemon trainers and their Pokemon were evacuating the wharf. Ash looked over the window at the raging storm. Strangely, the dark clouds were beginning to leave the sky. The strong wind died down. The ocean waves were now calm. A bright sun shone in the blue sky, and there was something else. A flash of white light. Ash rushed out of the wharf house. Pokemon flew into the sky. A Pokemon with no wings. Looked like a small pink cat. White sparkling light trailed behind it as it flew. The Pokemon disappeared behind a cloud. Misty, Brock, and Pikachu ran up to Ash.
What is it, Ash?
Misty asked. Ash shook his head.
I'm not sure. I thought I saw something in the sky. A legendary Pokemon, I think. There's something kind of familiar about it, but I'm not sure. Not many people actually get to see a legendary Pokemon, Ash. If that really was a legendary Pokemon you saw, I bet you'll see it again someday. You're right, Ash said. I won't stop searching until I find that legendary Pokemon and become the greatest Pokemon master in the world. Right, Pikachu?
Pika?
Pikachu jumped into Ash's arms. Miles away, Team Rocket found themselves on an island. An island in the middle of the ocean. Beautiful flowers covered to the ground. Trees laden with delicious fruit grow all around them.
How did we get here?
Meowth asked.
I'm not sure, Jessie said. There's something familiar about this place, I think.
Who cares? We're in paradise.
Meowth grinned.
Does this mean that Team Rocket can take a vacation from catching Pokemon?
Are you kidding? Jessie asked. This place would be even better if we could find some rare Pokemon to bring back to the boss.
Like Pikachu, for instance.
James said.
Pikachu, we're coming after you.
We're coming after you.
Team Rocket shouted together.
The end.
Well, Blaze, I gotta say huge thanks to you for joining me tonight.
It is my pleasure, LJ.
That was honestly quite an experience. I feel like I can't look at the movie the same way now. You know what I mean?
100%, dude.
Like
That just means that you have to play it in the Discord tonight.
yeah. I mean, see, because I'm gonna be going to bed in like an hour and a half-ish probably.
The movie is only 40 minutes.
See, like, I'm thinking, but we're gonna play Pokemon Heroes though.
Ooh.
I don't think I have time to play both, unfortunately. I'd be down to play, wanna try for another day on the movie? Oh, I'm still down to play the movie for sure. I'm just thinking we're doing Heroes, but we may do Pokemon First Movie another time. I'd definitely be down. Blaze, were you planning on streaming tonight at all?
No, not tonight, but sometime tomorrow evening.
Oh, okay, gotcha. If that's the case, I will be raiding one of the homies. I got some people to thank for sure, and then your boy's gonna hop off and chillax for a little bit, and then I'll get that movie set up. So then I'll see you guys on the other end there.
Well, it's been a pleasure, LJ. I'll see you in the Discord.
It really has been, homie. It really has been. I'll definitely see you there, man. And just yeah, huge thanks again, homie. I've been excited about doing this, and it was even better than I could have imagined.
Well, Disciples, thank you so much for having me as your Mewtwo.
Yo, and James, you did perfect on both roles.
James.
Oh, and Fergus.
James, and Fergus, and Charizard.
And random trainer in the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah, and random trainer.
Yo, other than thanking the THEBLAZEDEITY, which, by the way, you guys, if you guys aren't following already, I'll make it very easy. Bam. Just click that little heart button. Harvey says goodnight, Blaze. Thanks, Blaze Chow. LJ for night nights. Yo, for sure, Freshie, for sure. And we still got an after party going, though. Reminder to everyone, because I didn't know it existed, but in the watch party video, or not video, voice thingy, there is a chat thing in there, so I'll see you guys in the chat. So yes, thanks to all the Pokecybles for everything tonight. Thanks for joining. Thank you, Blaze, for being a wonderful voice co-host. Thank you, Flomic Awesome, for coming in with the raid, with a big ol' raid, and King Cygnus coming with a huge raid as well. And we got D-Homie Pieces coming in with the big raid. Let's go. Appreciate the raids tonight, and appreciate Persona with the 10 biddies. See you tomorrow, LJ. Yo, see you tomorrow, HD. Have an awesome one. Thanks to everyone for everything tonight. It's been sick. We are going to raid over to our good homie Be the Maestro. Playing some Pokemon TCG. We'll get these raid messages up. And stay tuned, guys. If you want to see Pokemon Heroes, which is the 5th movie, aka Pokemon Latios and Latias, I will have it in the watch party channel in the Discord. The video and audio might be a little bit weird. I might try to play around with the settings a little bit. Apologies ahead of time. Yeah, it's watchable, I guess. I don't know. There's no way for me to test it. If I have Discord open up showing it, and then I open up Discord on my phone to try to see it, it like messes with it somehow. I'm pretty sure, but yeah. Anyway, let's go show some love over to Maestro. You guys have an amazing night. I should be on tomorrow as well. We already know the homie Blaze is gonna be on tomorrow, so we'll see you in Blaze's stream, see you in my stream, and yeah. Thanks again. That was awesome, guys. That was actually a ton of fun. I had a blast. And thanks to everyone that stuck around. Some of you guys literally stuck around the whole time. Like that means a lot to the homies. But yeah, love you guys. You guys are the best. LJ out.
Good night.